Go over to Rumble. How y'all doing? I'm getting Rumble going. Come on, Rumble, Rumble. Uh-oh. Rumble is doing something stupid. It's going to try to play last night's stream, not tonight's. Come on, Rumble. Hang on with me a second here, guys. Trying to see what Rumble is doing. There we go. Rumble took a lot of time uptake there. Holy hell, Rumble. And then it wants to play that crazy pre-reel they like so much. And it's still trying, and I was trying to play the pre-reel again. And again. Rumble! What are you doing to me? What is Rumble doing? It says I'm sending to Rumble. So it is not a me problem. It is a Rumble problem. And it is still trying to do the pre-reels. Come on, Rumble. And there. Wow. Wow. Rumble is having some problems because it played the pre-reel they really like you to have 3 times. Then it locked up a second. So we'll see how it goes. Over on Rumble, how are you doing, everybody? Jay Watterson got his popcorn out. Bunny, I'm here for this. I've been listening to Al Jazeera News. That's the one I didn't look up on the stream, see if Al Jazeera was streaming live. I have some other software we could pull up if need be, but yeah. So how you guys doing? Oh boy. And we did touch on it last night. A few people in the chat actually asked about the Iran-Iraq, my God. The Iran-Israel situation, and we talked about how they were pulling people out of embassies and sending military families home. Well, holy crap. You know, I think Trump knew this was coming. Israel, hey, whether you support Israel or not, Israel's been itching for this war. And honestly, I bet Lindsey Graham is at home right now just celebrating. Lindsey Graham has never met a conflict he doesn't like. Adventure Sog, GTR, my buddy. God bless Israel. You know what? As I said last night, I don't want America involved, and that's what I'm seeing everywhere. Tonight we got home from the in-laws, and I'm seeing everywhere. People going, yeah, go kick their butt, Israel, if that's what you feel you need to do, but keep us out of it. People everywhere are not wanting to be involved. In GTR, let me ask a quick question, buddy. Do you want your country involved in this war, or do you think, hey, let Israel handle this? Israel has enough military might and tech, guys, to handle the whole Middle East pretty much at once. Sorry, I'm going to turn these notifications off. I had notifications on because I was talking to some family members. Do you want your country involved? And before we really dig into this, I want you guys to tell me here. No matter where you're at, if you're watching this later, that's why I'm asking this right up front. Do you want your country involved, whether it's America, UK, or whatever? If you're seeing this, do you think your country should be involved in this? Or do you think it's time to let other people hash out their own wars? So that is mine. GTR says, God bless Israel, but then he does say, let Israel handle it. They'll kick their butt. I agree. And you guys, some of you here already know what my belief is. This perpetual war, no matter which side you're on, you've got to stop this. Sooner or later, a perpetual war must end. You cannot just keep it going. We are having a greater loss of life by this going on decade after decade, forever in perpetuum. I think it's time for the world to butt the hell out and let it be ended, for better or for worse. Yeah. So, Bunny says also, Israel can handle themselves. Sorry, my wife is checking before she goes to bed. Apologize, but I do need to check these. Okay. She's sending me stuff even though I'm live that doesn't need to be checked in. They've been fighting over there for thousands of years. 100%. And once again, I don't have to take a side on this. All I can say is I don't want America involved. I personally think Donald Trump does not want us involved in another war. He's pissed off enough they put enough poison pills in. He can't just yank us out of Ukraine after that bullshit there. Oh my gosh, sorry. Anybody know a good divorce attorney? She knows I'm live. Just a second. I'm going to remind her. Good grief. Told her I was doing it. She's asking me questions about some art and staircase stuff. What the? Duh? But yeah, you're right. They have been fighting for thousands of years. America is 250 years old. They've been fighting 10 times longer than America has existed. We aren't going to stop it. And everybody, the UN included, United Nations, we're looking at you. Fuck off. Let them alone. Stop this war crime stuff. When has the UN ever gone after people for lobbing missiles into Israel? And I know some people go, oh, it sounds like you're taking sides. No. Simple facts. When have you ever heard of UN getting absolutely shitty with Hamas or PLO or whoever else or Gaza? Whatever. Or Gaza over war crimes. Every time Israel has backed down. I'm sorry. This is what I've seen in my lifetime growing up. And to anybody who wants to say opposite, screw you. You are an Israel hater. You are the Israel's the root of all evil on earth type person. Because I, in my life, even before I even got into politics, seen Israel many times back down, whether it's due to their own, we don't want to do this, or the United Nations or United States pressure, back down. And what happens? Within 6 months to a couple years, what do we hear? They're lobbing rockets and bombs and attacking people on the ground in Israel. It's all we've heard for decades. Oh, they're lobbing rockets in. Then they got the Iron Dome. And then everybody said, well, it's okay if you got the Iron Dome, isn't it? No. Because some still get through. And could you imagine if Mexico or Canada started lobbing rockets in the United States? Even if we had the Iron Dome up, would we put up with it? No. We would decimate them. We would make Canada into a snowman factory. We would make Mexico into a glass factory. But somehow Israel is always supposed to put up with people lobbing rockets at them all the time. And F off to any of you, Israel haters. I'm tired of it because I have seen Israel back off, give concessions, pull everybody, all their citizens out, even dig up graves, pull out people, even against their will, to give that land to them. And what happens? They use it as a bigger base. So I'm tired. I want it ended. And all I'm going to say is I want America to stay out of it. GTR wants his country to stay out of it. Done. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I just want to get back in. But yeah, so far it looks like so far, to my question, do you want your country involved? A lot of people are saying no. No. And I've seen that online. How you doing, Jay Watterson? Jack's sick ankles. Yeah. He's upstairs sleeping. Unless he snuck down. I got a sleepy dog behind me, too. On the couch here. We need to take care of ourselves right now. With these crazy... Yeah. It's not just that. GTR in UK, they've got enough problems of their own, too. We have enough problems. We don't need to pay for another war. I'm done. I'm out. I'm tired of it. I am tired of it. Made it to the doctor. Checked out pretty good. Cool, bunny. All right. I just checked in on Rumble. I do see you guys over there. Thank you for coming in. Much appreciated. Let's see here. All right. So here is one of the first things we're going to do is talk about here. This is an hour ago. IDF's official statement following strikes in Iran. We have no choice. We are operating against an imminent and existential threat. Yes, I know I'm not starting with the kabooms. But this is pretty important. So let's take a listen to this man here.
For years, the Iranian regime has called for the destruction of the state of Israel,
Loud as it
planning
goes.
and advancing concrete military plans to do so. Over the past few months, intelligence has shown that Iran is closer than ever to obtaining a nuclear weapon. This morning, the IDF began preemptive and precise strikes targeting the Iranian nuclear program in order to prevent the Iranian regime's ability to build a nuclear bomb in the immediate time frame. We have no choice. We are
Hang on here.
operating against
I made a
an
boo-boo,
imminent
guys.
and existential
I made a
threat.
boo-boo.
We
Hang
cannot
on.
allow-
I went to hit play and my hotkey did not work. It's still not working. Come on, shrink me. There we go. Sorry. I hit the hotkey. You heard me hit it. Even the second time there, it did not go. Here, let me restart that now that you can see it. Because that's where I was heading. And I'll even make it puffed up and we'll see how much I'm in the way. Well, I'm out of the way enough. Sorry about that, but I hit the key and it just didn't make me small. All right, here we go.
For years, the Iranian regime has called for the destruction of the State of Israel, planning and advancing concrete military plans to do so. Over the past few months, intelligence has shown that Iran is closer than ever to obtaining a nuclear weapon. This morning, the IDF began preemptive and precise strikes targeting the Iranian nuclear program in order to prevent the Iranian regime's ability to build a nuclear bomb.
One quick thing I do want to say about what he just said. This had better not turn out like another, Iraq war. Oh, they have nukes. Remember that shit? Remember, our government and Israel's government were screaming, oh, Saddam Hussein's got nukes. He's going to have them. Got to have them. We got to get in there. He's got weapons of mass destruction. We shit on all of our allies. Freedom fries, screw French fries. All this crap. There were international inspectors and they're saying they do not have these. George Bush pushed that shit to distract from a bad economy and or to make people feel good about 9/11. So I am only worried that the same people telling us about that stuff having, being there, maybe steering us a little too early on this. I don't like Iran. I think they're dickheads. I've known about them pretty heavily since the hostage crisis way back under Carter. My dad read books to us. One called, if you better want to look it up, is On Wings of Eagles. Ross Perot sent in his own commando team to get his people out when the United States government would do jack shit. So trust me, I do not like Iran, but I do not trust any government or politician anymore who tells us, hey, they're going to have nukes soon, weapons of mass destruction. I have a little stink. For that. So that does worry me. I don't want another war because right now the military-industrial complex is going, oh yeah. That worries me a little.
In the immediate time frame. We have no choice. We are operating against an imminent and existential threat. We cannot allow the Iranian regime to obtain a nuclear weapon.
I do agree with that.
Danger to Israel and the entire world. This operation is for our right to exist here, for our future and for our children's future. The State of Israel has the right and the obligation to operate in order to protect its people and will continue to do so. The IDF conducted significant preparations for this operation. We are well prepared both in defense and offense to defend ourselves. The IDF will continue to defend the State of Israel.
Now I got a couple
For
questions for
years,
you guys.
the Iranian regime has...
This is a decently, now, though I do worry about one thing. That's why I put it in my title, worry about kicking off World War III. I know YouTube don't like that word. I don't give a rat's ass. This is real news, YouTube. We are going to talk like grown-ups for a little bit here. So, to all the Indian, censors there, calm down for a second. You should really calm down. You're close. The only thing I worry about is who else will get involved. GTR, dude, do you really have an IDF shirt? Wow. I'm not even sure I would wear that. Now I'm pretty ballsy about that stuff. Holy crap, dude. Why is he speaking English? Things make you home? Well, there's actually, Jay Watterson, that's not a big deal. A lot of English is spoken around the world and in Israel. I've had friends that have been there, and yes, most people actually can speak English, and there's a shitload of English all over. And they know they're speaking to the world. If you are going to speak to the world, what one language? In Star Trek, you would have what they call Federation Standard. On planet Earth, and this is due to the ex-British Empire, not America, the English is the default language on planet Earth at this moment. So yes, If you're going to make a statement to the world, yeah, you want to do it in English. I mean, more people. I mean, look at India. Their official language is English. That's 1 billion plus people. America, all of UK, almost every country, Canada, even a lot of Mexicans can speak some English, just not the ones that come to America. So that is why. That's not things that make me go hum at all. If you're going to announce something to the world and put out a statement, you would do it in the language it gets out to everybody. Because not a lot of people speak. That's what their language sounds like. I'm sorry, it does. I've watched Israeli newscasts, and I've watched it in their language with captions, and it sounds nothing less attractive to me than a very attractive woman sounding like she's pulling up a snot hawker from the bottom end of her left lung there or something. It's not attractive. It's not a beautiful language in any way. So I don't have a problem with them doing English. My question is, though, will anybody else get involved? That's where WW3 could happen. Who else will come in? I worry that Turkey will get involved. Turkey's part of, what is it, NATO or not NATO, UN and stuff for sure. But I'm worried who else will get involved. Let's see here. And Mossad, yeah? You have a Mossad, sure? Holy shit! Dude! God dang, the way your country is about freedom of speech over there lately, that would be well, I don't know. It depends on the powers that be in your country, which way they want to go with this, but yeah. Exactly, Bunny, yeah. English is the default language on Earth right now. A lot of Japanese speak it. Even some Chinese speak it. But who speaks Mandarin? Not that many besides outside of some people in China. So I'm not upset about that. But I just wonder some of you guys know more about this than I do in certain parts of the world. If somebody's going to jump in on the side of Iran, who do you think it might be? And I'm truly asking. I don't think Saudi Arabia has Jordan. I don't think most of those countries over there want to be involved. I don't know how well Iraq is doing right now or Afghanistan. Maybe. And would they be able to bring in anybody else? Syria, the new regime in Syria, I don't know much about. Would they really care to get involved in this? I don't know. Turkey is a member of NATO. Okay, I wasn't sure. Thank you, Jay Watterson. But Turkey is kind of a fair weather friend if you look at them. They aren't what I'd call buddies or pals. They've kind of scurvy at times. So would they get involved? Would Turkey get involved in this? That worries me. Russia, China, North Korea. Hey, Kane Dynasty. Good. Thank you for stopping in. Good answers. Do you really think that would happen? You think Russia, China, North Korea are going to jump in because of this? I would say if Russia would, if they still had as big an interest in Syria as they used to. But I don't know. Russia's got some issues going on. China, if they for sure get the support of the other two you listed, maybe. That is a maybe, man. But I will give you credit for those are definite maybes. Because of what's going on in Ukraine, they'd like to pull off some of our eyes, some of the world's attention. Maybe, yeah. And China's itching. China's itching for the world to be distracted right now. I've talked to a couple people in Australia, and some of them think their government is not worried enough about China. And then there's others say that, don't pay attention. Our government, our military is scared shitless right now of China. China's been saber rattling, and some of the people over there say we're way too close to China. So I don't know. GTR says that Russia is too occupied with Ukraine. But I think Kane has got a point, though. If China and North Korea came in with them, that would be a very small outlay for Russia. And you remember back in World War II, certain countries fought. They were joined the Axis of Powers, but they were only fought in certain theaters sometimes. So what if Russia just continues there? And maybe little help here and there. But North Korea might send more help to Russia now. They might send help to China or start another problem close with South Korea. If the three join, I don't know. GTR thinks China won't because they're too busy making money. Actually, China's economy is in deep shit right now. They're not making money. China is hurting. They've had riots over there. They have huge problems because of Trump's tariffs. Their economy was already hurting. It was in bad shape. And now this is decimating their economy. They may need this for a distraction for the people. What distracts the people better than, come on, let's get a war going. Let's get some patriotism, whether it's real or false. Let's get it going. This may be a good way to distract the people. Distract the people from all the BS happening in their own country. But let's get this war machine going. And they're just looking for a reason to go after Taiwan and a bunch of other land. Because they are wanting to expand and they are hurting for certain resources in their own country. So Kane may be right on. If they join together, just like the Axis powers, each can take us to certain areas, and even just joining together is a big deal. Now, yeah, I don't think China's going to make too much. China isn't doing Belt and Road for nothing, yeah. But China's hurting. There are a lot of poor people in China, yes. All right, Kane Dynasty. Don't put it past a European nation overran with Muslims also to join in. Ooh. Damn. Kane Dynasty. Holy crap. You are, wow. Yeah, that's a good one. What nations are the most overrun over there? I don't think France will do it. France has got a problem, but I don't think it's that bad. UK is, I'd say if this happened 10 years from now, maybe the UK. I'm sorry, GTR, but 10 years from now, your country, if you guys don't correct some shit, is going to be totally unrecognizable. Anybody named Bob over there is going to be in the minority over there if you guys don't change stuff fast. What other European nations do you think might be at that point? So yeah, that is a conundrum. But let's go and check out a few things. Let's see, who was running some... This is over Fox Now. Let's let them play for a little bit. Let's see what they're... See if there's anything important
going on there, and they've done an unbelievable job. I'll just add one thing. Imagine if we had a country like Israel that had, in Asia, that was able to have such intelligence on China and things like that. We could use.
Here's the question. What they're saying in the Chiron down below, Israel strikes Iran nuclear facilities, braces for retaliation.
And I had just asked you about...
I don't know how much you guys know, because our media in America is horrible about telling us how powerful Iran is. Iran is pretty powerful. They have a heavy-duty military. This is not like walking into Iraq. Iraq is nothing compared to this. So I wonder what type of retaliation we're looking at. This could get nasty. I don't know. He's talking about enrichment.
Fortified sites. This program has accelerated significantly in recent months, bringing the regime significantly closer to obtaining a nuclear weapon. They continue. The Iranian regime has been working for decades to obtain a nuclear weapon. The world has attempted every possible diplomatic path to stop it, but the regime has refused to stop. The state of Israel has been left with no choice. The IDF has...
See, I don't know. I still don't know, because the IDF totally missed October 7th. Totally missed it. And I still worry when somebody tells me something anymore. After Iraq, I sniff the air, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like to lightly be led into wars anymore. We've been led into wars a lot.
One of the biggest questions.
Well, if I can't sleep 5:08 a.m., so I'm making a brew. Oh my gosh. Dude, get some sleep if you need to.
Some people, but I would love the answer in your words.
Let's see
what type of threat does a nuclearized Iran pose?
Oh, you're kidding. A crap load.
Well, let me let me quote Steve Witkoff, if I may, for a second, who's President Trump's,
I want to see what this guy's
senior
answer is.
I don't know, aide. I mean, he's got the Iran account, he's got Ukraine, and he's got a host of
Well,
things.
just answer the
And
question,
he said
dude.
last night, it's an existential threat to Israel, and it's an existential threat to the United States.
It's a threat to the whole world. It is.
So I think that summarizes actually pretty well. I mean, one former Iranian president said that Israel is a one-bomb country. The one bomb is
Exactly,
a small
Jay
country.
Waters. That makes you
Put one
wonder,
nuclear
doesn't it?
bomb, God forbid, and exploded there, and it will pretty much destroy much.
King
of the country.
Dynasty, I don't know,
think
bud.
there's no
I really
question
don't.
that
I don't know. But I
that's
just
pretty
gotta
much
look
true,
at
but
everything
also
with a
just
stink eye, and I think
them
we all
having
should.
it
We've
gives them
been
a
lied
nuclear
to by
umbrella
governments,
to,
by media for
just,
so long and so
invent all
much
sorts of awful
that I look
things.
at it with a
Look what
stink
they've
eye.
been
Hey,
able
maybe
to
they
do,
miss it. Not everybody's
in
perfect.
recent
I
decades.
get it.
This
And
regime
some
in
small,
Tehran
sometimes
has
if you're a
got down
big
one of the
organization,
worst regimes
something
ever.
small can sneak
First of all,
through the cracks. I
they've,
get it.
they've
But
killed
maybe
and
not.
maimed hundreds of American soldiers.
There have been black flags from many
They've,
countries throughout time. So
they've-
possibly.
Look what they do to their own
I
people.
don't know.
The women,
I wish
what
I
they do
didn't
to their
have to
own
play
people.
milquetoast fence sitter sounding
And,
guy,
they have
but
two
I don't
main
know.
enemies, Israel
I would
and the
like
United
to.
States. And
I'd
they
like to have a
also,
little
I should say,
hindsight
and
here.
Israel
I'd
is a
love to
little
be able to
sick.
somehow
You know,
jump right
if
now to
also they
10,
have a
20 years in
bomb,
the future
then it's
and
not
be able
just
to
what they
look
can
back
do,
and
but
see
other
what
countries
has
in the
come
region are
out
gonna
about
get
that.
the bomb, and you have a nuclear
I mean,
proliferation.
I've
Stuff in
seen
the Middle
the
East was
bigger the
extended by
organization,
4
sometimes the
gigawatt
tiny stuff is
I
what
think also
slips
there's
through.
something that's important for Americans.
So if
to
anything was going to
understand.
slip through, it's going to be something
Many
small
US
like
presidents
that.
For the last every president
But
for about the last 30
knowing
years
how
has
they
said
are
we
over
will not
there
allow a nuclear Iran.
and how they're tired of this
Democrat
crap and how they've always kind of wanted to just
And
get rid of the
and every
threat.
president vowed to prevent such.
Now
a
this guy, I'm
Well,
not mute this
when
corn
it came
dog.
down-
He's done answering anything useful. But a nuclear Iran isn't just, hey, cool, we got these big things fly through the air and make big mushroom clouds. With that enhancement, they can make little tactical nukes, little ones that can carry in a backpack like we've seen in some movies, and just dirty bomb I don't know how to say that word on YouTube, but come on. A dirty bang bang mushroom cloudy small thing. There you go. Be a better YouTube. That can decimate most of a major city like New York or London or Paris or something like that. And I would not put that past, if not Iran, but the buddies they deal with. So yeah, that is what worries me. Don't kid yourself, Israelis are badass. Oh, they are. Obama had Israel soldiers guard him. Yeah, they are badass. I'm not going to lie, they are badass, but I'm sorry, I'm still going to give, I'm arrogant. I'm an arrogant ass. I still think the best soldiers on the planet are in 3 countries: America, UK, and Russia. Yeah, I know. I said it. Russia. Russia's Spetsnaz is a bunch of badasses. Our SEAL teams and Rangers and upper level guys are badasses. UK has got levels of badasses. I would say France, but every time they've gotten in a war, we've had to bail them out or they end up surrendering. The surrender monkeys. So I don't know. It's just, we're going to have to keep watch, guys. Let me pause this one. Let's look around here. Let's see what Newsmax, see if Newsmax has got anything going. Yep, I hit play. Oh, there he is. See if they're talking anything useful.
Old card website
didn't mean to
is
do
now
that.
live. The card
show up in Oman to talk to Mr. Witkoff. I mean, and we just have to be frank. The Iranians have depended very heavily on North Korean specialists, experts, and advisors, as well as Chinese.
Hey, Kane, there's your North Korea, buddy.
And Russian
You're one.
too, but
One
I
already
would say
in.
really the North Koreans and the Chinese, and
Ah,
also do not forget
maybe
the
two.
Pakistanis. So at this
Ooh,
point in
Pakistan.
time,
Hey,
you
I didn't have that one on my
essentially,
bingo card.
have wiped out the Iranian leadership, and the only thing left
maybe.
is North Korean, Chinese, Pakistani, maybe even Russian personnel to carry on the program.
Kane, did you hear
this
that?
is
They're mentioning your
very
stuff, your
significant
trifecta.
decrementing of the
Oh,
brain
boy.
power behind the Iranian nuclear program. I think that the tipping point was about a week ago when Iran made the foolhardy comment that they were making a massive buy of rocket propellant from China I think
Yeah, I'm
that
not sure
was,
why you would
really a
announce
signal
that.
They weren't serious about any of these talks, and I think that.
I don't know about you guys, but isn't that kind of stupid? Why would you just openly announce that? You know shit's on the brink. So, hey, we're going to go poke.
Thank you, sir, for your expertise.
We're going to last straw on the camel's back, shall we say. Hey, over there, good job with the camel. But Kane, at the very least, it looks like you're going to get your North Korea good amount because they supply a lot of stuff and have specialists that help out Iran a lot. So there's that one. Now we got to watch China and then Russia. So, buddy, dude, you almost got your hat trick. Corn dog. Sorry, Bunny. My wife laughs. I call people corn dogs all the time.
Wow.
8 hours to respond, says Jay Watterson. Yike.
It's pretty incredible. Your take on where things are.
5 a.m. here too, UK. Fitting a kitchen at home.
Both, and of course to the people at
Riots
home.
in Ireland,
Thank
riots
you
in
for
U.S.,
having me.
now war in Iran.
This is
All real time.
Israel is
Enjoyed my
only
last few
getting
nights with you.
started.
God bless. Thank you.
This was, I think, a
Thank you very
long
much.
time
And
making.
there's no name on that,
This is
so
many,
okay.
many months, if not
Green
years
Dot.
of
I will call you Green
intelligence,
Dot.
of preparing
But thank
the
you very much.
battlefield
Much
on the
appreciated.
ground, of
Oh, by the way,
Mossad
guys, and
agents
Bunny's probably already
establishing
wincing because she knows I
networks
haven't been saying this.
and identifying targets.
I know my
And
mods will
also
tell me I need to do this more often, but please,
entire
guys, do me a favor.
military
You don't have to
that's
subscribe.
led by the Air Force,
But please at least hit thumbs up.
conducting very
If you care to
deliberate
subscribe, please do. If
strikes,
not,
and
please
according
check
to
back
the
with this
results,
channel. And if I can
capturing
annoy
quite a
you,
few senior
make you laugh,
Iranian
make you happy, make you
staff
sad, make you
guards,
mad,
senior,
inform you in
IRGC,
any way, then please
military
subscribe. But at
commanders,
least give me a
and
thumbs
also,
up
as you
and
pointed
we'll
out, nuclear
get back to it. But
scientists.
thank you very much.
This is, I think, according to
Real
reports by
Legend.
Israel, the
Let me turn
Israeli
him down a little lower here. I can't tell how loud it is for you guys. I don't want it to be too annoying between me and them. But I'm trying to listen in one ear to them and see if there's something good pops up. Real Legend, Iran declared war on America and activated sleeper cells. You know what? With what Joe Biden let in here, yeah. And I'm finally starting to see some conservatives call these bullshit numbers out. What was it? Ann Coulter, her book she wrote back during, I believe, the Obama administration, the first Trump one, she was talking about numbers then, that it should be closer to right around 30 to 40 million then. Before Biden let in 20 to 30 million. We are buried here, and we have no clue who these people are. If Iran and our enemies didn't send somebody across that open-ass borders, they're morons. Not that I want them to, but I'm just saying, if you are wanting to get after somebody and their borders are wide open, you would put people in, and that worries me. So yeah, Real Legend, there is a good chance of it. It really is. They also attacked Victory Base overseas in Baghdad. Oh, good. Oh, wow. Huh. When was that?
Yeah, you make a
No one in the
fine
Middle East will
point.
get involved.
I'd say
Okay,
that
well, you know what?
this is
That'd be nice.
61
But they did mention
of
Pakistan
the
a minute ago.
timeline that President
I don't know if they do that, because wouldn't India have something to say about that? I don't know how India and Israel are. So, yeah. But yeah, that's just stupid of Iran to poke the American bear. No, they didn't poke the American bear. They poked the Israeli bear. We ain't doing jack. Trump's made it clear we do not want a war. And he's made it clear we don't want to be involved. So yeah. Jimmy, how's it going? The North Korean soldiers didn't fare too well against Ukraine. Yeah, I did hear that. But North Korea doesn't sound like their soldiers are epic, but it sounds like not compared to America, but compared to a lot of the world, they actually have some good tech and weaponry they sell, and they have good people to come over and help teach you how to use it and support. So that's a little worrisome. And Kane was saying, watch North Korea. So
U.S. will provide assistance, intel.
2 hours under attack currently. 600 Israeli airplanes in the air. Yow!
Refrain from attacking U.S.
Your entire Air Force, they got a fourth wave. Yeah, I've seen multiple waves, guys. I know I'm not showing you the boom boom stuff as much. I apologize, but let's see what we can find here. I'm trying to see what I had open. Israel launches strikes on their program. That was a while ago. Let me kick up here and hit play again. Come on. Hello. There it goes. All right, nothing happening there right now. Haifa, Israel. I saw they steered a lot of the airplanes away.
Over.
So all the air traffic's been steered. Let's see. Let's kick it up. I'm trying to see if anybody's... Ooh, there's a little... Oh, it's older.
Will happen could have been taken as encouragement by Israel. That was certainly something that was noted by the BBC yesterday. But we might also view this statement as the White House being resigned to the attack, perhaps even pivoting rhetorically to be able to later justify the attacks in the coming days, especially if Iran withdraws from talks with the U.S. this Sunday, which is likely, and if
they're going to have their hands
Iran,
full.
counterattacks Israel, which is almost certain.
Now, do you guys think Israel might have sabotaged any peace talks here? Because let's say they did take out most of the leadership. What if they took out the people doing the negotiating? Oh, shit. Or if that person now has got to step up and take a bigger role. I don't know. Let's see. Or are they drones? Last I knew was Air Force and missile launches.
However,
that's last I knew. I thought they sent in planes that did this. I could be wrong, because they did damage Iran's aerial defense force here a while back with one of their attacks. Overwhelmed it and took out a crap load, and now it cleared it for this. So I'm not sure they could probably do it all.
Professor, we're looking at almost certain escalation of the
Real
situation.
legend, housing
not
civilians
if,
as well.
but
This is
when
out of
Iran
control now. You know what?
retaliates in the days to come. How
Israel said they
concerned
won't
are
stop
you
until
that this could
done.
blow up
Market is
into
dumping
a
off.
full-blown
They
war
think it will
between
take
the
2
two
weeks. This
sides
won't
and
end
further
well. Well,
exacerbate the situation in
well,
the wider
real
region?
legend, I'm going to say this. It depends
I
on
think it's absolutely
what
clear
you
that
want
that
out of
that
this
is an
conflict.
imminent risk. I think
If
that
you are a
already the attacks
huge
that we're
Israel
seeing,
supporter,
are
you
clear
may be
indication
just
that
hoping
risk
that
is here,
Israel
that it's no longer a risk, it's a reality. I think we have to be very
YouTube friendly
worried about,
decimates the living
reports
bejesus out of some of
potential,
these
nuclear contamination in Iran.
horrible
But
cells
also,
of
the
people,
fact is,
and
it's
anybody that can
possible the US will be
sponsor
dragged into
them.
this despite denying responsibility. We know the U.S.
If you don't
has a
like
robust
Israel,
security
well, you know what you're
Israel.
hoping.
We know it provides Israel with weapons.
But
and
I
intelligence,
really hope you
provides
guys are
Israel with
right that
diplomatic
nobody
protections.
in the Middle East will
Therefore,
get
the US is
involved.
already involved, and this involvement is likely
I would be
to increase
surprised if
again,
somebody doesn't get
if
involved.
or when Iran counterattacks.
I just don't see
then
everybody
the US
staying out of
is
this, but
likely
maybe.
to,
Maybe
help,
they will.
Suppress.
So, yeah, and I don't see...
Iran's attacks
You know, I can look at things from Israel's point of view easily. As I said, this has been going on throughout my life since I was a kid. Every time something quiets down, then somebody starts lobbing rockets. Somebody attacks a school, attacks a bus with a boom boom. It's stupid. It's just incessant. And Iron Dome or not, and Defense Force or not, it just seems, if I have to look at the Israeli point of view 100%, it just seems like no matter what they do, don't you do it, dude. I get too much stuff up here. Don't jump up. Sorry. It just looks like they're never going to have peace unless they finally stomp a mud hole into these people. I would say this. Now, I know this is going to get some people pissed at me. Probably not most of you guys. I think if... Ooh, wait a second here.
He can stop.
No, he's not talking. Okay, I thought they were actually going to play something from him.
The U.S. could play a leadership role.
If Israel is going to do this, I think that anything they win should be theirs. I'm tired of this. Because all they do when you give something back, they have made concession upon concession, given more and more land to the Gaza people, West Bank, whatever. They've given up shitloads of land. It never goes well. Remember, Israel beat Egypt in a war. They could have taken Egypt. They could have taken Egypt over. By the way, I had a notification just pop up on my screen. If you guys saw it real quick, a friend of mine saying, no, let them sort it out. Doesn't want to be involved. Exactly. I just don't. I mean, they gave back Egypt. They could have kept Egypt. They could have kept a bunch of areas in some extra other battles. Maybe this time it's time to do what Russia does. Let's keep a bunch and keep it as a buffer. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you can do this against Iran and then just go, okay, we're done, and stop. I don't know. There's always going to be insurgents. They're always going to use some reason to go after Israel.
Do you agree?
It'll just end up being another Gaza. I don't know.
You know, there have been
I just, geez Louise.
some analysts over the last
Let's see. I was listening earlier that Morocco's airplanes are like the kind of airplanes of Indiana Jones. They're old. Oh my God. Jax. Sorry, I got a kitty cat that's being a turd down here. I don't know what he's doing. Dude, go away. No, don't do that. I'm not playing. Don't claw me.
Take this moment.
Indiana Jones. Oh my God. No reply. Who can get involved? Egypt, Syria. I don't think Egypt has a stomach for it, but they could. If they wanted to, they have a decent military. I don't think they have the hate in the belly for Israel as much as maybe back in the day. Not saying they're buddies, but I don't know if they have that hate in their bellies. Let's see here. Real Legend, go to Hal Tuner Radio and check out his top articles on the updates rapidly. A lot of updates rapidly. Okay, is that on? What is that on? Is that on? As long as it's not on TikTok, because I don't have TikTok on this computer. I got a friend who's really good at computer. He said, don't put that on anything you really like, even if you have a VPN and software that help block stuff. So yeah, what is that on? I only see Egypt being the only one that would get involved, and Israel has enough to handle both of those. Well, they beat Egypt before. Israel is not Ukraine. Israel knows what they're doing. I hope so. I just hope we stay out of it. Doubt it's UAE, like the taste of money too much. Ah, you're right. Israel already took about the proxies, yeah. I think you're right, though. I think the Saudis and the UAE and all them, they are, honestly, more about their money and living it up with that money. They love the lifestyle of their money. I don't think a lot of those countries want their pretty buildings or pretty cities they've built and made. I don't think they want their Bugattis getting targeted, you know what I mean? I think you're right. I think they like the money, they like their lifestyle, and I don't think they want to have it messed up. So yeah, that's a good take. It really is. Let's see how they're doing here. I'm catching a lot of these up when I do this. This is a live feed here, so let's see. Okay, they're at news break, commercial right now. See what happens when they come back. So we'll see here.
Of course, lots of developments coming in from all fronts, from West Asia as well as the tragic accident in Ahmedabad. Lots of developments coming in. We're calling it a wrap on this edition of the News Bulletin. Don't go anywhere. News and updates will continue on the other side on WION World is One. Stay tuned.
So back to ads again. They had an ad. Let's see. Halt.
Yo One Health Resort is unique.
Halt.
The only one.
Hal Turner Radio Show. Okay.
Experience the 4 paths of natural wellness.
Is that on YouTube?
Yoga, Ayurveda.
Hey, Mag D5. How you doing, man? Ryan, what's up? Egypt won't get involved. See, I don't think so either. I don't think Egypt has the belly for it. I think Egypt doesn't want to fight a war. And honestly, they've already gone up against Israel. Look how well that worked out. Well, you know, Israel could have kept a shitload of Egypt. So I'm not sure they want to poke that dog again. But let me ask you guys a question. Do you think, oh, it's a website, okay. Do you think, I'll write that down, something I want to look at before I pull up too much online without knowing exactly what they're talking about. Because YouTube has got a lot of rules, and I've followed enough of them that I've been okay, but pulling up certain things can get you nipped. All right, I will check that out. I appreciate the source, so I will definitely look them up. But I don't pull up too many things I don't know, even a few, I'm careful on YouTube. That's why I use a lot of YouTube links. It sucks, but YouTube doesn't allow things on YouTube that can't be on YouTube, so it's harder to get yourself in trouble. So I'm going to wait to see what here. Fox News reporter said Trump knew of the strikes ahead of time. Of course. Do you guys think that Egypt... Oh, here we go. Let's take a quick look. So, wait till she actually gets done with her headlines and goes into something. We'll see. Egypt is a de facto intelligence state. They also can't do anything complex. They are disorganized people. Yeah, they've had a lot of regime changes over there. They can't keep things level for themselves. But you're right, Ryan. Okay, yeah, you guys are really pulling things in, yeah. Saudis are Sunni. Iran Shia. They hate each other. Dude, that is crazy. They got so many religious problems over there. If they don't tell us anything new, we'll hop around. We will try to check out some of the protests in America and talk a little bit about that too. Well, they got some ads over there, don't they? We think our ads are bad. Streaming live on YouTube. Yes, we know that. Come on, lady. My lord. I think we have some stuff to pills. So yeah, I didn't know. Okay, Saudis are Sunni and Shia. Hate each other. Well, and like again, I think the Saudis and all the other rich little Arab countries don't want this. They don't want their stuff screwed up. They paid a lot for those big cities and nice highways and fancy lakes they build and stuff like that. I don't think they want this stuff happening. I think if you poked them and attacked them, sure. But I don't think they want to go out and, I don't know, get their turbans dirty.
Welcome back. You're watching Beyond World is One with me, Diksha Bisla. And let's start this bulletin by quickly taking a look at the headlines.
Oh my God. Jeez, lady.
Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei warns Israel would suffer severe consequences after launching deadly strikes.
Will they? Can they actually hit back at Israel itself? You think they can actually get something to Israel? Do they have enough
Iran
left?
state TV reports fresh wave of
Big
explosions in capital Tehran, says Iranian aerial defense responding to the strikes.
مهار بشه و همونطور که مشاهده می‌کنید نیروهای امداد و نجات
Yeah, we may not understand all of it, but I'm just trying to see if they show anything we don't know. 10 a.m. there. India
People in
Standard
Tel Aviv
Time.
stock up on essentials amid fears of Iranian retaliation.
Damn, that's a packed little store. They're slow. Their headlines are a little slower than
Brent
ours.
jumped over 12% to about $80
Oh, yeah.
a barrel after Israel
Now there we go. Now that one's going to hit everybody in the world.
With $60
Oil
a barrel
prices.
because of a wider West Asia conflict.
Another good reason for Trump to get our oil production up. We don't need this shit. We have fuckloads of oil in America. Illinois is an oil reserve. You're not allowed to drill too much in Illinois, but we have a
Asia-Pacific
crap
markets
load of
traded
oil
mixed
under us.
Friday as an Israeli strike on Iran rattled investors, sending
There you
oil
go,
prices
guys. Some of you guys in the
surging
chat.
and US
Markets.
futures sliding despite Wall Street's earlier gains on cooling inflation data and rising hopes for a tariff pause.
Ryan, yeah. L00 girl. Oh, this is Lyon. This is an Indian one. I've used them before. Jeez Louise, they have a slow type of news, don't they? Could you imagine our news being this pedantic? Yeah, the Indian airplane that crashed that one guy survived. That's crazy. Wow, that's close to them. They're really not talking about it very much. That's kind of crazy. I thought we'd have a little more yip yap over that. Hindustan Times. That's... No, it's... What time is it over there right now? I mean, seriously. Isn't it daylight? So this would be old. Yeah, it's 8:03 a.m. So, I don't know, this looks maybe old. It says live, but I don't know. You know how it is, everything on YouTube now. Well, that's a nice traffic control. Holy hell. I'm just trying to look around. Other than that, let's go back to you guys for now. Too bad that Elon didn't use his big brain to make cost-effective rods of God. Oh, my. Yes. Bunny had a good doctor's appointment today, and she needed that, so that's a good thing there. That's only going to affect China. What's the oil? Crude oil prices? I thought it would affect us too, because we do still get some oil from Middle East. And how about this? How about just affecting the markets in general? Because there's going to be fear of war, fear of shortages, fear of, too many companies have got their hands in overseas, so it could still cause us problems. But I don't think it's going to be that bad. They're using clips. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought too. But we're going to stop and move. Let's see, that's the protests. Not much going on there last I saw. Is she doing anything? Are they doing anything here? Nope. They're just sitting there. They don't care. Oop, it just went back to where I was. That's why. Hey, get to the new. Nope, they're not doing nothing. They're just off air for now or something. He's just talking. All right, let's see here. Let's go to... I thought I grabbed a couple. Let's see. No, come on. I know I'm not as organized, I'm more unorganized than normal. We already looked at the Israeli Defense Force statement on why they did this. I did bookmark some of these on purpose. I did kind of like this. When will the conservatives ever wake the fuck up that these wars are not about patriotism and defending freedom? I dedicated 23 years of my life and 3-year-long deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan. This is about money. Money your kids will die over, so those corrupt politicians like Lindsey Graham can make rake in riches. Normally I would agree with this statement, but Lindsey Graham didn't do this. The American government didn't do this. Israel did this. So while I can normally agree with this, Lindsey Graham may be happy about it, but I don't think him or our government had a hand in pushing it. Trump was working way too hard to try to avoid this. This guy, no, they just started World War III. I don't know about that. A lot of you guys seem to think it's going to be taken care of over there. In fact, let's ask you guys in the chat. And let me check to make sure that nothing's going on over. I see you guys on Rumble. Thank you very much for being here. Let me ask you guys right out. Do you think, thumbs up, yes, thumbs down, no, or you can answer yes, no. Do you think this will spark World War III? That's why I had a question mark in my title. Or do you think, no, this is going to remain Israel, Iran, and maybe 1 or 2 other countries, and that's it? Do you think it's going to spark World War III? Trump has been eyeing the Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah, the one that he should have got from his last term, even though they just gave Obama one for doing nothing. Yeah, beautiful. Best far-right racist Indian news, Republic World. Oh, my God. He didn't want this in 25. Yeah, 100%. Green dot, you're right. 100% right. Or underscore, is that what the actual username is, underscore? You don't have to give me one. I can say green dot, no big deal. Or underscore green dot. Yeah, he didn't want this at 25. Trump has done everything to avoid wars. So yeah, and it kind of sucks for him if you think about it, that, my God, he did the Abraham Accords. He's done nothing but try to work for peace. He's been trying to negotiate this stuff. You got Zelensky, and I'm going to say people in the Biden administration knew about that damn drone attack. Been planning it over a year. They knew. Some people are saying that, yes, they know for a fact that some of the people in Biden's administration hid it from Trump. They cannot, nothing's going to get in the way of that war and that money going on there. I mean, right now, with USAID down, Ukraine is the Democrats' biggest money laundering front. And, well, Lindsey Graham and some of the neocons, too. That's where they get their monies. But you got Zelensky going behind Trump's back when he's trying to do peace talks. And the day before negotiations, Zelensky pulled that shit. So you got to feel for Trump. Man, he's trying. It just seems like crazy nutbags or people who just are bent on war are just going around doing this crap. Like a lot of them here, I don't care what Israel does, but America shouldn't get involved. Israel is a sovereign nation. It's none of my business. I'm not Israeli. Yeah. Fuck no, and fuck all you tards who never served encouraging Israel, dragging us into another stupid war. And fuck your so-called Christian churches that believe Israel is so special that we have to die for it. I'm conservative as they come, but Netanyahu is corrupted as hell, and you people keep getting played with because of your faith. I only liked parts of that. I do agree with the part that somehow the Christian churches here do think that somehow we should just be buried up to our buttholes and necks in Israel. And I don't want that. I don't think a lot of people do. Here's some of you guys going to like this. Israel strikes Iran. Here we go. My tax dollars, somehow also my tax dollars. That's what I hope we avoid. Now, if this was Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or Barack Obama, automatically, yes. I'm going to say we're up to our assholes in this. If Biden was still in office or if Kamala had won, we would be buried in this sucker. 100% we'd be involved. And we'd be funding both god darn sides somehow. Just like with Israel and Gaza, we're funding both sides. Never, ever, 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 ever should somebody fund both sides of a war. That is stupid. So, yeah. Oh, and here is Gunther Eagleman. He had some of the shots from the Israelis' second wave. So let's get to see if he's got the sound of that. Look at that. That is crazy sound from that. That is crazy how that sounds. What is that burning something that is just blowing off pressure or some type of chemicals? I mean, holy crap. Did Iran retaliate yet? Let's find out. Oops, come on. I get lost typing around this mic. Let's just ask right out. 15 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, I don't see anything about Iran launching back. Israel braces for potential. I don't see anything. Let's go right to the one that's 10 minutes old and take a look. Live updates, Israeli strike, deceased 3 top Ukrainian... This Biden moment is sponsored to you by the gerbil in my head falling off the wheel. Live updates, Israeli strikes, deceased 3 top Iranian generals and target nuclear sites. So if it only hit generals, only 3, there's more than 3 generals. The most powerful generals in Iran were deceased in the attack. You know, I say that so many times on YouTube. Israel says it was a preemptive strike against Iran's nuclear program. And I'm going to be a dick and say, well, isn't that what George Bush Jr. told us about Iraq? Take that as you want. Let's see, does that move? Oh, hit the right button. Well, there you go. Hey, what's that, Bob? Oh, my God. Seconds before this, you had this guy. Hey, Bob, does that look like a missile up there? Huh? Just, oh, crap, it is. Wow. Sorry, I'm just flipping through a few because I'm not sure what you guys have seen, so if you find any live sources that you like better, please let me know. We can skip on over there, but I'm just going with what I got so far. Like I said, I wasn't even at home, and I heard this on my phone. I was watching on the way home. I was like, holy hell, I couldn't believe they did it. Well, I could believe they did it, but I was like, ah, crap. And by the way, this is just before Trump's birthday. His birthday's in 2 days. Isn't that crap? And we're supposed to deal with, now he's got this to deal with, and the whole huge Miss Walmart day of protest across America and parts of the world. The No Kings. Funny from a Walmart era to be talking about No Kings and what they've done to, business in a lot of places. They wanted to be the kings. So yeah, kind of weird, huh? Woof. Yeah, that's a good flash. Oops. Do you gotta wonder if these guys are sitting here right now? These two guys are sitting here right now going, you know what? Yeah, our government has done fucked up. This is not gonna be this is not what we wanted. Yeah, our government just brought this on us and fucked up. Why can't we just stop this shit? I don't think a lot of Iranians want this crap. I really don't. Sheesh. God dang, I don't know if we can buy a Renault in this country anymore. Okay, that was a good one there, New York Times. Guys milling around. Whoop. That penthouse got taken out. Well, holy hell, who's that dude? That dude makes me look tan. Just saying, what's he doing there? 2 new updates, okay. 4 minutes ago, here we go. As morning broke in Israel, the streets normally bustling on a Friday with shoppers preparing for the Sabbath were eerily quiet, expecting an Iranian counterattack. Yeah. Possibly in the coming hours, some people had headed out before dawn to stock up on food from 24-hour grocery stores and lined up at gas stations. But many others were confused about how to proceed, having been told by officials to remain close to protected areas and bomb shelters and to leave home only to buy essential items. Yike. Another one, 4 minutes ago, despite the Trump administration saying Israeli strikes were unilateral and without American involvement, Iran's foreign ministry, come on, dude, don't think Iran's going to automatically blame us somehow. Of course they are. Iran's foreign ministry said the attack could not have happened without coordination and authorization from the United States. Who are we to authorize what Israel does with their military? Shut up. The ministry said the United States, as Israel's main supporter, would also be responsible for the consequences. Now you're going to piss me off, Iran, but I still don't think we should get involved, but you're an asshole. So sorry, Qasim Nalman, or Qasim, shut the fuck up. I don't think Trump knew shit about this. It sounds like they had to pull him out of another meeting or another thing, something he was at, to go and deal with this. So I think if he would have known about this, he would have been there, or if he was involved in it. So here's where they attacked Iran. Explosions reported near a nuclear research center and 2 military bases. Residents reported seeing Israeli fighter jets, not drones. There we go. Israel attacked Iran's main nuclear enrichment facility. And by the way, guys, I do not want Iran to have a nuke. As I described a little bit ago, I'm not worried about the big misty mushroom cloudy things. I'm worried about the crap you can put in a backpack and walk into a town or city with. That's the crap I'm worried about. That stuff is scary, what you can do with a little backpack, dirty bomby thing. Farazad, an apartment building collapsed. Well, sounds like it got boomed. Large building was on fire in Sadat Abad. Shahid Mahalati? Yike. Military command housing complexes were attacked. Yeah. It does look like they went after, and Parshin, a military base. It does look like they did military targets. I'm going backwards in time a little. We'll refresh it, see if there's anything new. Steve Witkoff, President Trump's Middle East envoy, still intends to participate in talks in Oman on Sunday with Iranian officials. According to a person familiar with the matter who spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss sensitive diplomacy. It was unclear whether Iran planned to send its officials to Oman this weekend. Iran might be a little busy. I'm just saying, so yeah. All right. Uh-oh. Hey, I may have to go upstairs. My wife went to bed, and I hear my dog. My dog has a doorbell. He's up there hitting his button that says outside. It means he has to potty. Let me update this. And let's see here. Okay, so that's older now. So, nope. Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, said the assault on Iran has been a success. The Israelis should prepare to remain for relatively long spans in a reinforced bomb shelters when Iran retaliates militarily. So, all right, guys, I hate to do this, but my dog is up there hitting the doorbell, and my wife went to bed. So let me I wish I could set this to go from each one to each one, but let me set that there. I'm sorry, I'll be right back. Dogs. That's what happens when the other person is in bed. Sorry about that. Okay. I'm going to mute this. Check you guys out in the chat and we'll move on. All right. Hakuna Matata, what's up? Hakuna Matata says it will take up to 3 weeks for Iran to retaliate just like last time. I don't know. This might be a little more serious, but you could be right. The Iranian people are against their government. Yeah, a lot of them are. It's a wonder they don't turn against them. It really is. Because right now you got Israel is going to be really screwing with the regime in charge. So if there's any chance, any time the Iranian people had a chance to get out from under it, you think now would be the time. Because they are going to have hands full. So I remember a Palestinian video cheering rockets flying into Israel. The next video, whoops, dang chat moved on me. Next video showed him running and crying as they sent some back. Nice, Jimmy. Okay, Hakuna Matata. So were the Iraqis, though I remember they were beating Saddam's fallen statue with their sandals. Well, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I'm not sure that these people are against the ruling regime as much as some people tell us. I think sometimes they tell us that because we're on the good side. We are trying to help these poor people when maybe the people are all for it. You know, just curious. Ryan, I am kind of pissed. People keep the evil America war for money narrative. Yeah. Sorry, but we wouldn't be the empire we were unless we had stupid pop-up. There we go. Unless we had done the work of market making. Sorry about that. Yeah. Thing is, every empire, every successful country that's able to hang around for a while, you gotta get your hands dirty sometimes. And I think America is by far a force for good. So was the British Empire in its day. There's a reason that a lot of the world is educated and honestly right now does speak a universal language called English because the British Empire in the day. They did educate the shit out of their empire. They weren't greedy. If you look at what the British Empire, yeah, they had some boo-boos, some real horrid things, But man, they really tried to educate their subject countries. It was kind of an amazing way how much they did educate them. UK knew, closed down Whitehall yesterday afternoon. They knew then Israel would strike before Sabbath. You know what? I'm going to say a lot of times, Green Dot, that our government knew. That's why Trump was pulling people out. I'm going to say, but what's he going to do? Announce it and blow the Israel plans? Israel may have warned us they were going to do it against Trump's wishes, but they may have warned us. So, yeah. And I'm betting they warned the UK. If we didn't market make, we wouldn't have doorbells for the second floor of our dogs. Oh, Ryan, coming in hot and already ready to go after my dog's toys. The dog is playing Ding Dong Ditch. Almost. He actually has a button like this on the wall upstairs, bangs it with his nose, and it says outside, and that's when he goes to potty. Now, if he wants in, we have an actual doorbell this big outside with a dog face on it, and he dings it with his nose, and it rings a doorbell in here and upstairs. He's a smart sucker. The other two, they're not dumb, but they're not his level. Not to be mean. But yeah, he dings to go in and out. He's got one in the garage. If I'm working on a car, he'll walk in, stick his head around the garage door, and hit the button that says inside. Yeah, I'm not to be braggy, but he knows the name of 9 or 10 of his different animals and toys. He knows the difference between shoe, boot, and slipper. He's a little freaky. Book of Money, having kids young is the best way to do it. Now I have 3 kids I love. Oh, well, yeah. I'm good on you, no reply. We need people having more kids in this country. We do. Mag D5, I wonder if Jordan will shoot down the Iranian missiles as they approach. Wow. Yeah, Mag D5. I forgot about that. Nice. You're right. That would be, Jordan don't want any crap. They don't. But yeah, I think you might be right. Wow, I forgot about that. D5, the bright flashing and strange sound on the building. Okay, it was a missile engine continuing. Whoa, cool. Thank you. Dude, you're right. I've had to think back to my old rocketry days from Black Hawk College. Yeah, whoa. Oh, Green Dot didn't like what I said. UK robbed everyone. Yeah, they did to a point. But they really educated their subjects. And we are talking, even by standards back then, these were third, fourth world type nations. And they would let them go to college, brought them literature, and really did educate them. Brought the sciences back up. I'm not saying they were perfect. No empire is. But they really did. I mean, what do you think empire is for? Yeah, all empires rob from their... They don't go and, I'm going to take you over and give you all of my stuff. Just saying. He's got his own butlers. Ouch. Damn it. Yeah, who's training who? Me or the dog? All right, let's look around here real quick. I thought I had more on the bookmarks. I wanted to show you. There's ongoing now explosions being reported across the country. Trying to see anything new. Oh, Marco Rubio. This is from 4 hours ago. Report in Iran, Iranian fighter jets take off to respond to Israel's attack. I don't know about that because I haven't heard anything since about this. Marco Rubio's statement below, Israel did the world a favor. So far, no civilian casualties. Well, Marco, wow. Marco coming in ready and hot. Man, Marco's changed. Israel struck, even though he is a neocon, and so he's almost a Lindsey Graham level on these battles. Israel struck the heart of the nuclear program, nuclear facility in Natanz. Yeah, it's got a problem now. Only thing I worry is if you're striking facilities enriching, what's the danger of releasing something in the atmosphere, guys? Let me head over and check Rumble. How you doing, guys, on Rumble? I see y'all sitting there. Thank you very much. If you can chat, feel free. If you do not have a Rumble account, do not want to make one, please join us on Lyons Den over on YouTube and feel free to chat away. If you agree or disagree, honestly. That's the aftermath. Let's see. Marco Rubio. Tonight, Israel took unilateral action against Iran. We are not involved in strikes against Iran, and our top priority is protecting American forces in the region, which is why Donald Trump told people to start getting out the other day. I think if America had been warned about this even earlier, I think Trump would have done it earlier. I don't think he wants anybody to get a chance to get hurt if you're American. I don't think he would have waited like barely 24, 36 hours. So I think Israel started going, hey, by the way, we're going to do this. Oh, shit. Let's get some people out if we can. Israel advises they believe this action was necessary for its self-defense. President Trump and the administration have taken all necessary steps to protect our forces and remain in close contact with our regional partners. Let me be clear, Iran should not target U.S. interests or personnel. I think Iran's going to have its own hands full, and I don't think Iran... Honestly, I'm going to say this. I'm going to be wrong probably, so feel free to remind me of this later. I don't think Iran is going to attack American interests. Not on purpose. I think Iran knows they're about to have their friggin' hands full. Shit has now been lit off, and now they have to deal with Israel. And maybe, like you guys said, Jordan may even shoot some of these things down before they even head back to Israel. So they are going to have their hands full. I think right now the last thing on their mind, they may spout some shit, but I think the last thing on their mind is to go, hey, by the way, let's take some shots at the United States too. I don't think even they're zealotous and stupid enough to do that. I don't. Hakuna Matata, yeah, UK fucked up here and there. They forced sold opium in China. Hey, like I said, I'm not saying they're all that great, but every empire has done scurvy shit. But if you look at some of the good they did do, they did bring civilization sometimes. I mean, come on. Our CIA helped the poppy fields in Afghanistan, so everybody does some scurvy. All I was pointing out was a few of the good things they may have done. Matt Morse's live has a good breakdown on YT. Matt Morse TV. Let's see. Oh, gosh darn it. Let's see. I don't need that right now. Let's go to Matt Morse. Come on, go. First things first, yes. And live. Oh, okay. Well, he's a single YouTuber, so if you guys would please give him a like and subscribe for this. I don't like grabbing from too many people just straight on YouTube, but
this is the Republican debate. Is a Republican allowed to say that? Can a Republican say that? What the heck?
He's got a delay there.
Donald Trump had the balls to say that. And going forward, that was one of these moments where it's like the days of the rhinos, the days of the neocons are coming to an end.
We hope.
Ron Paul said. Ron Paul's a libertarian, different type of thing. Of course, libertarian Ron Paul's going to say. He was saying that in 2012. Different style, okay? This is Donald Trump tearing down the Republican Party and rebuilding it in the image of America First, rebuilding it in the image of Make America Great Again, okay?
Well, he's rebuilding it in the vision. He's actually rebuilding it almost like the Democrat Party of the 90s.
Can people say
he's almost rebuilding it to that level back then. That's how far the left has gone.
What's going on here?
Wow. Utter disgust. The New York governor said it herself, friend.
So, you know what, guys? Newsmax is, I think, moving on from their coverage of this. Yeah, TBN Israel shut down. Guys, we are losing this evening. We're losing all of our coverage of this ongoing situation in Israel.
Well, yeah, they may not know exactly. Now, there might not be much going on. They may not know much about it. Yeah, let me see. Where's Newsmax? Let's see if Newsmax has moved on. I'm on Newsmax 2, and that's a little different sometimes. Sometimes they get a little better on the heavy news. Catch up. Well, yeah, he's on it, so yeah. He was on 2 also. So, yeah. They do seem to have moved on. Let's see. Fox now. Come on. Play. No, don't back up. Just play where I want you.
Is going to be leveling against in retaliation for Israel's attack. So that also is interesting. Ali Khamenei.
Fox now is still talking about it, but it's nothing new.
He would not be shy about threatening
That
the United
replay says
States.
right up there.
He did not mention
So
the
it's a
US in
replay
this.
even.
Also says that possibly the.
Let's see if they're even talking about anything new. Yeah, there it looks like a lot of people are backed out a little. Let's see if that's a fresh. No, I don't think it is. 6.4. I'll see, but I think that was unless that's just that one part was a replay. Oh, they're on a break. So I'll mute for now. Well, 5 seconds here. We can wait 4 or 5 seconds while I look at you guys. We'll see what happens. There may not be much else to report right now.
So, we are live.
Let's see here.
We are
Andrew L.
that Iran has
Generals,
fired
head of the
more
nuclear
than
program,
100
scientists have been handed a
over
parcel
Israel.
delivery express.
I'm just getting
Oh, man.
news wires right now.
That'd be like what? Instead of FedEx, it'd be Juex. You have a delivery, Juex.
So that we can continue talking about
Oh, my.
While we do that, what I'm going to do is
Probably like the woods around Chernobyl with mutated critters. Okay, so yeah. I was just curious. I was curious if they're hitting enrichment facilities. Is there a chance of glow-in-the-dark eat happening? So, okay.
If we hear of anything
Andrew, Iran had uranium, failed to comply with nuclear program, and paid consequences. Yeah, I was always pissed off about the Obama deal where he paid them a shitload of money.
Operation Rising Lion.
Let's see here. Rising Lion.
Operation to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's very survival.
As loud as I can make
This
it.
operation will continue for as many days as it takes to remove this threat. For decades, the tyrants of Tehran have brazenly, openly called for Israel's destruction. They've backed up their genocidal rhetoric with a program to develop nuclear weapons. Moments ago, in recent Israel
years,
launched
Iran has
Operation
produced
Rising
enough
Lion.
highly enriched uranium
Targeted
Well, talking
military
over
operation
itself.
to roll back the Iranian threat
In recent
to Israel's
months.
very survival. This operation will continue for as many days as
Yeah, it's them. They're repeating.
And if not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year, it could be within a few months, less than a year. This is a clear and present danger to Israel's very survival.
Still sounds it's like something George. Is he copying George Bush
These people were the
Jr.'s speech about the
victims of a
Iraq War?
Holocaust
Just asking.
Perpetrated by the Nazi regime. Today, the Jewish state refuses to be a victim of a nuclear Holocaust perpetrated by the Iranian regime. Now, as Prime Minister, I've made it clear time and again, Israel will never allow those who call for our annihilation to develop the means to achieve that goal. Tonight, Israel backs those words with action. We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear enrichment program. We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear weaponization program. We targeted Iran's main enrichment facility in Natanz. We targeted Iran's leading nuclear scientists working on the Iranian bomb. We also struck at the heart of Iran's ballistic missile program. Last year, Iran fired 300 ballistic missiles at Israel. Each of these missiles carries a ton of explosives and threatens the lives of hundreds of people. Soon,
That is crazy if
those
you think
missiles
about it.
could carry a
A
nuclear
ton
test,
of explosives
threatening the
per
lives
missile.
not of hundreds,
Hope that's.
but of
Is that
millions.
hyperbole?
Iran is gearing up to produce 10,000 of those ballistic missiles within 3 years. Now just imagine.
That's a steep
Imagine 10,000
order.
tons of TNT landing on a country the size of New Jersey. This is an intolerable threat. It too must be stopped. Iran is now working on what it calls the new plan to destroy Israel. You see, the old plan failed. Iran and its proxies tried to encircle Israel with a ring of fire and to attack us with the horrible attack of October 7th. But the people of Israel, the soldiers of Israel, rose like lions to defend our country. We crushed Hamas, we devastated Hezbollah, we hit Iranian proxies in Syria and Yemen.
Ooh, Cubs won.
When Iran directly attacked us twice last year, we struck back inside Iran itself. Yet in defending ourselves, we also defend others. We defend our Arab neighbors. They too have suffered from Iran's campaign of chaos and carnage. Our actions against Iran's proxy Hezbollah led to the establishment of a new government in Lebanon and the collapse of Assad's murderous regime in Syria. The peoples of those two countries now have a chance for a different future, a better future. So too do the brave people of Iran, and I have a message for them. Our fight is not with you. Our fight is with the brutal dictatorship that has oppressed you for 46 years. I believe that the day of your liberation is near. And when that happens, the great friendship between our two ancient peoples will flourish once again. I want to assure the civilized world,
we'll see.
We will not let the world's most dangerous regime get the world's most dangerous weapons.
I don't know. I think
Iran
that's
plans
China.
to give those weapons, nuclear weapons, to its terrorist proxies. That would make the nightmare.
Sorry,
of
guys. I just wanted to
nuclear
hear this
terrorism
one thing. We'll
all
get back to
too real.
talking.
The increasing range of Iran's ballistic missiles would bring that nuclear nightmare to the cities of Europe and eventually to America. Remember, Iran calls Israel the small Satan. It calls America the great Satan. And this is why for decades, it's led millions in
It's
the
nice
chance
being
of
loved, isn't
death
it?
to Israel and death to America. Today, Israel is responding to those genocidal calls with action and with a call of our own. Long live Israel and long live America. Our action will help make the world a much safer place.
We'll find
I want to
out.
thank President Trump for his leadership in confronting Iran's nuclear weapons program. He has made clear time and again.
Don't drag us in here
that
too much,
Iran
bud.
cannot have a nuclear enrichment program. Today, it is clear that Iran is just buying for time. It refuses to agree to this basic requirement of peaceful nations. That is why we have no choice but to act, and act now.
I see you guys in the chat. I just want
The
to get
hardest
through that.
decision any leader has to make is to thwart a danger before it is fully materialized. Nearly a century ago, facing the Nazis, a generation of leaders failed to act in time.
I see you guys on Rumble.
They were paralyzed by the
Welcome.
horrors of World War I. They were determined to avoid war at all costs, and they got the worst war ever. They adopted a policy of appeasement. They closed their eyes and ears to all the warning signs. That failure to act resulted in World
Do you guys
War II,
think this is a good
the
comparison
deadliest
between
war in
this and
history.
World War II?
It claimed the lives of 60 million, including 6 million Jews, a third of my people. After that war, the Jewish people and the Jewish state vowed never again. Well, never again is now. Today, Israel has shown that we have learned the lessons of history. When enemies vow to destroy you, believe them. When enemies build weapons of mass death, stop them. As the Bible teaches us,
Oh my
someone
God, Jimmy.
comes to kill you, rise and act first. This is exactly what Israel has done today. We have risen like lions to defend ourselves. Over 3,000 years ago, Moses
All
gave
right.
the people of
He's
Israel
he's wandering a little bit here, but welcome you guys. Let me see.
strong and courageous, he said.
Andrew L. Iran had nuclear failure. Comply. Okay, read that. I'm trying to see where I had I got jumped off here. Sorry.
To defend ourselves
Depending on
against
how far
those
the
who
enrichment
seek our
process of
destruction.
bombing could release uranium-235 or other radioactive material into the environment, but not a nuclear. I didn't think a nuclear explosion. I was wondering what it could pop into the atmosphere. And you're living 3 blocks away from this thing. All of a sudden, you're like, wow. And anti-Messiah over here glows. Or, oh my gosh, we have a green puppy. I don't know. Just curious. The Libby libtards. Now, GTR, you are 100% right. Whoa.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yeah, you guys screwed up turning that one off. But, yeah, GTR is right. The libtards are gone to freak. And now they're going to add this probably to their Saturday day of No Kings protests. What do you want to bet? It's going to amp it up. I think they're just going to use this as a rally. But yeah, the libtards right now are just having, I don't know. I'm not sure if they're going to be having coronaries of sadness, madness, or happiness. Because this just gives them another reason to go out there and be little jackasses. But yeah, they are going to have protests more or add to the ones. Crisp. Thank you, Israel. Andrew, GG Israel, by the way. Yeah, and I'm just saying, Israel, this dang crap going on, let it end. And I'm going to say this again to United Nations, everybody else, stay the fuck out of it. Let somebody fix their own shit. And as long as America's out of it, I have no problem selling weaponry to Israel, but no more giving. Buy it. Israel has a shitload of money. Buy it from us. But as long as we are not involved, in fact, I'd like to get us devolved from the whole Ukrainian kerfuffle after that bullshit that Zelensky pulled. We're trying to get peace, and he goes and getting close. Okay, to World War II. China isn't sending Terry types to Europe. What does that mean, Andrew? Just curious. Jimmy, did y'all see where DeSantis said, if you fear for your life, rioters were fair game speed bumps with no consequences to you? Yeah, I also saw a sheriff down there say that people need to stay the fudge out of the road. You are right. Stop when you infringe upon other people's rights. And stay out of the goddamn roads. Those are where cars go. We have areas for people to go. So yeah, I agree. Stay out of the road. And I'll bet you guys in Europe are damn tired of it. We've seen all the crap going on with the Stop Oil protesters over there. Standing in the street and gluing themselves down sometimes. Which I think, then leave them there. So yeah, that is nutso. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, you guys, but I don't always keep it up. Real legend, you know what the Bible says? I'm not an expert in the Bible. I know bits. Peter 5, King James, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Yow. So is that saying that you think maybe Israel saying they're the lion is maybe a little bit... be wary of false prophet type thing? Jimmy, fire and brimstone and riding the basket with Elliot riding the bike. Oh no. Texan, what is up, man? Russia at war with Ukraine. USA supports Ukraine. Israel at war with Iran. USA supports Israel, and Russia allies with Iran. Yep. Getting kind of world weary around here. Yeah. Yeah, and as a couple of people in the chat have pointed out, coming in saying, sorry if I forgot which chat it was, but was saying that, yeah, watch out for North Korea, China, and Russia, because that could be our next axis of evil, kind of. And they were even talking on one of the Indians channels, we were watching a little bit ago, about how North Korea is heavily involved with helping Iran's military and sends technology and a lot of personnel to Biden moment to go over and help with stuff. Andrew L., yep, stay out of it from the UK. Yes, GTR is also from UK, and he says the same thing. I think the overwhelming majority of Americans and UK citizens do not want any part of this. One, both of our countries have enough bullshit going on. We do. We have enough. We are tired and weary of this, and I'm not even sure Americans care who started what, who's doing what. We just don't want to be involved. I'm just looking around. Looking around, trying to see. Idea of Iran launches. Oh, here we go. Here.
We've been watching these.
Iran launches more than 100 drones towards Israel.
Is of Haifa. This is a community in northern Israel.
So sorry if I'm talking too loud or not loud enough. I can never tell the balance.
We were watching the IDF and Hezbollah.
How was work today, Texan? We
forth.
finally got some nice, warm, thick air here.
Gaza.
Loving it. Trump has already said America won't get involved. Yeah, GTR, he says it, but you know, sometimes our government can drag a president kicking and screaming.
Earlier. This is Tel
so
Aviv.
I hope he sticks with that. I think Trump is loath to get us involved in wars.
If there's any
Trump has always talked about how he hates wars. He's talked about how he hates America being involved in too many wars.
Today will look like what we saw last year.
We'll talk about Alex Padilla here in a little bit.
The Iron Dome.
That dumb jackass pulled a stunt just like Monica McIver did, and every other Democrat likes pulling fire alarms and stuff. It's the Democrat way. I know I'm behind in the chat, guys, but I do like to try to scan through, and I try to read as much as possible. Real Legend, too late. America already in it now. How do you mean in it? I don't think we're in it. Just because somebody wants to mention us, Crisp, you guys need to fix your American region like Israel is theirs. Yes, 100%. 100%, Crisp. And I'm going to bet the overwhelming majority of Americans, Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, non-aligned, agree with you. Americans on general want our shit fixed. They want our debt down. They want our trade deficits fixed. They want our roads fixed. They want to stop spending money everywhere. Yes, they want to concentrate on us for once. In fact, I think America is facing a point in its time. He's not saying too much. America is facing a point in our time where a lot of people are not isolationists, but close. Close to telling the world to get fucked and just turn everything inward and fix ourselves.
I'm going to mute my microphone.
Let's see. They admitted they helped with airstrikes. Rubio lied. I haven't heard anything like that yet, so we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how this shakes out. Because it depends who you're listening to, who talks. So we'll see. We'll see if they did. If they did, well, then we have to worry a little.
But again, what I'm going to be watching for is...
Let's see, Andrew L., that was in response to Iran being most dangerous to have a nuclear weapon. Yeah.
I'm going to be watching the skies to see if the Iron Dome...
Andrew L. Trump said he is still hopeful to deal with Iran despite Israel. I'm going to say Trump can be hopeful, but this is one of those where, I don't... Blah. Hey, I'll go with your enthusiasm and your optimism, bud, but I think you're stretching it there. North Korea already said they're involved and will help. Yeah, well, a couple people in the chat said, yeah, North Korea is deeply involved. Then we saw the Indian station that said, yeah, North Korea is deeply invested. So, and I think North Korea is really looking for that. We want to get involved in the history books. We want to get ourselves out there on the world stage bigly. I really think they're after that. Andrew L., retaliation breaking news. That's all he said. All I saw here, the guy didn't say much about it. But it says IDF, Iran launches more than 100 drones towards Israel. So I was waiting to see if they would come back with something. And so far I haven't seen it. That's the only reason I stuck with this station right now. Speaking of work, I got a crash. No problem, Texan. Have fun, buddy. Do me a favor, get thumbs up on the way out. Real Legend, this is a total clown show of epic proportions. You know what? I think half the world is a clown show right now. Dude, I really do. I think most of the world is just a clusterfuck. And I'm going to say the last 4 years helped amp it up. When Trump left office the first term, things were pretty peaceful and level. And over the last 4 years, the Biden administration, his handlers, and the deep state, the military-industrial complex, World Economic Forum, UN, went around fucking things up. So yeah, so far they're not saying anything.
Indicate that any potential drones are making their way westward from Iran.
Here. Just waiting to... That was kind of a non-statement. But yeah, it's a clown show no matter who is or isn't involved. We can always look at war and go, oh, come on. Oh, good grief. So we'll see. Let's see. Mark Bowling. Remember, brother, I talked about... Yes, you did, and I mentioned that at the beginning. I said people in the chat were coming in last night going, watch this shit. And you were right. I looked at it today, and then Trump was pulling more people today, telling soldiers' families to get out and stuff. So I listened to you. I listened to you. Trust me, if my wife didn't mind being on camera, I'd have her come down, but she don't like this stuff. But yeah, I was saying it today. I go, chat last night was saying, watch this. And I was going through stuff, watching Trump saying, let's get some more military families out and get some more personnel out. It's like, oh boy. Which I like, by the way, because that means Trump doesn't want our people involved in this. He doesn't. No matter what, if our government gave some type of small help or some type or not, is one thing.
Some reports out there, we have not been able to independently confirm, but there are independent reports that there have been drones spotted in the airspace over Iraq. Jerusalem, we haven't seen anything on the cameras yet. Haifa is in northern Israel. Tel Aviv is in central Israel. So
okay, so they're waiting. They're thinking drones are on the way in. They've heard.
Cameras closely.
So they've heard drones are coming in, but they haven't been able to independently, be sure of it. But they got cameras in 3 of the major cities here, so we'll see. So I'm going to stick here for a little bit.
From the Israeli military about
so hang on here. But yes, no, Mark, buddy, I listened. If you notice, I talked about it last night, and I said I was hoping this wouldn't happen, but you're right. You were right, and I looked at it today, and when I heard Trump talk about getting more people out, more military, more families, that's when I started to feel a little bit of pucker in the old starfish.
We work with live feeds here at Live Now. This is what
so yeah, you did.
Whether it's the protests in Los Angeles,
Iran is getting hammered.
Sometimes we
5 different sorties on the same suites.
As they were on the ground.
Andrew L. Starmer and Biden fucked it. Oh, totally.
Audio heard from the ground.
Totally. And not only that, but when you had a peace deal in the whole Ukraine-Russia thing where they might have done it, and Biden Biden's handlers sent UK Prime Minister over to say, nope, scuttle it. That was right there when you know the world's military-industrial complex, whatever, wanted war. They did. 100%. NATO or something else, whatever. They wanted war.
The other 2 times.
Yeah, Russia had been warning. Hey, Mark. Have a good one. Are you taking off, Mark?
Drones toward Israel. They were either
if you want to take it off, Mark, I appreciate it. And yes, I have no problem saying you nailed it. But I bet half you guys in the chat thought this was going to happen. I had a feeling, but I was hoping no. But you know, the only reason I'm hanging here, guys, because I'm trying to see if they know more about these drones. I'm listening in my ear as when he talks, and I haven't heard him say much new yet. But that's why they got the cameras up, because of these possible drones coming.
Let's keep these live vantage points up. I'll return.
Regardless of the politician, you have to take what they say with a pinch of salt, maybe lime and a shot of tequila. You know, I would take it with a shitload of salt. I do not trust anything most politicians say. Honestly, I would trust you guys more than most politicians. Politicians, I swear, you might as well just change the word, but should have a definition of person who lies for a living. God dang it, I thought I heard a siren or something in the background on there. It was some guy with a very loud crotch rocket went by. I can even hear it down here. It's like, wow. Politicians remind me of the post-turtle joke. Yeah, 100%. Starmer couldn't organize a piss up in a brewery. How you guys doing over on Rumble? For those of you on Rumble, I know you can't chat without a Rumble account. You may not want to, but if you do want to chat and you don't want to make a Rumble account, join us at Lyons Den on YouTube. Yes, YouTube sucks, but I understand there's a lot more people on YouTube. And YouTube is still, honestly, YouTube is big. It's easier to find more stuff. And I wish YouTube would go back to more like it was, like 10 years ago. I really do. Maybe even 15. So let me post turtle. I got the post turtle joke. Still got that one. The turtle, the Biden head on it on top of the post. Yep. What kind of drones? That sounds like a weak response. Last time they sent 200 plus missiles. Well, maybe that's all they can muster up really quick. And they're not even sure. There were reports from this guy that said a second ago, or a minute ago, that independent reports of drones being spotted over Iraq heading this way. towards Israel. Not my way. Or your way, hopefully. But, you know. So that's the only reason I'm hanging here for a little bit. I might... you know what'll happen? If I go to skip off to look around, then we'll hear in the background or see... Or the guy, oh my God, look at that. It's like, damn it. All right, we'll leave the sound up, and I'll skip around and take a look. Don't care. Okay, that's live. Let's see if he's saying anything good.
Hamas would stop at nothing to control the distribution of aid. So what should happen with the Gaza territory, and would the Palestinian people be actually better off under Israeli rule than under Hamas?
Well, let's think about this here. The Israelis are being attacked viciously by European states because there's famine.
We're not. I don't know about you guys, but I am. Yeah, he's still on it too.
What the truth is, they just they want to.
Yeah, he's on it too. Tel Aviv. Israel declares state of emergency, expects retaliation. See if they're showing anything. Nope, they're not. At least they weren't. Are they now? No. Got music in the background there, don't they? Yep. So they've got nothing going. I'll let it play so I don't get behind. My computer's handling it just fine. Let's see. I don't care about PM Modi. Oh, they gonna say anything decent? My God, this lady. They are. Man, I'll tell you what. News really is slow in India. All right. Yeah, Hakuna Matata, that's all I know. And maybe it's all they can muster up right now real quick. Maybe they are caught with their pants down. A lot of the last many years, BS involving Iran is due to the U.S. government unlocking the bank accounts. Yes. Gave them billions.
Watching Beyond World is One. My name is Reem Kaur Saroya, and here's a look at all the top stories that we're tracking for you this morning. Israeli military says 200 jets involved in strikes conducted in Iran. It says it struck about 100 targets. Israeli military also says Iran has launched more than 100 drones towards Israel in the past hour.
Saudi government ain't happy though. They said Saudi government said this is not good. This says 100 drones launched towards Israel also. So maybe they did. I don't like what it says about Saudis though. Israel issues security alert. Yep. Duh.
Iranian state TV shows footage of smoke billowing from Natanz, where a key
Saudi Foreign Ministry. See that? Saudi Foreign Ministry denounced Israeli aggression against Iran. Oh, Saudis denounce away. Don't get involved.
Israel says it carried out strikes against Iran on Friday, targeting its nuclear and military sites.
Israeli attack violation of laws or something. Some laws there a second. I didn't get a chance to look at it. I turned to look from the chat.
Prime Minister Modi meets the lone survivor of the Air India plane crash in Ahmedabad.
Man, they are slow on this station, guys.
242 people.
They just they're like sloth news. But they're saying the same thing. That 100 drones have been launched. So let me see here. He's watching that too. The Newsmax feed. Oh no, he's over on that looks like oh God, who is that? Oh, he's on the some of the Saudi cams there. I don't know what that is. There's same difference right there. So far nothing is happening. I still got this feed. I got the sound on, so if something pops up, we'll hear it. If you guys know of a feed that's working better on this, let me know. Let's do a quick search. Israel launches attack. Da 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 yada yada. Let's see. We already watching that. Don't matter. We're watching that. Trying to look around here. Hindustan Times. I don't see anything. That's old. That's an old loop. They're playing a loop. Israel strikes. Hell, here we go. What are these guys doing? Let's see what we got here. They're catching the live CNN feed.
It's a possibility. It is well known that Iran has such capabilities. It is something that the U.S. intelligence agencies, counterterror officials attempt to watch closely. But that would be a potential.
I don't think that's the right time.
Field of retaliation that causes great concern.
That ain't the right
That's
time.
something to keep in mind. Another point I will make just to Kristen's reporting a short time ago is that when we reported 3 weeks ago that the U.S. assessed Israel was preparing for exactly a strike like this, multiple U.S.
It's 8:34 a.m., so this is an old loop.
Concern was,
God damn these news sources that just play fucking loops. When you look for something live on YouTube and they just sit there and call a loop a live thing, that's really damned annoying. So let's see if this goes live or it's just another fucking loop. These loops are obnoxious. So that we've already heard this, but is this a loop or not? Doesn't have any chat. I'm going to say it's a loop. Good grief. Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to ignore you. WYON, we're already watching. I'm already on that one. Let's see. Where is the actual feed? There it is. Yeah, I said they are all announcing they've launched 100 drones. Military says fighter jets are still conducting strikes. So
strikes began. So this is the latest that's just coming in as well, where the Israeli military has said that its fighter jets are still conducting strikes against Iranian military and nuclear facilities.
So they're not letting up. They just put the foot down to the floor and are going.
Brigadier General Effie Defrin tells reporters that our pilots attacked and are still attacking military targets and targets related to the nuclear program in various areas in Iran. Our military had earlier said, Israeli military had earlier said, that as many as 200 jets were involved in the attacks on Iran, striking about 100 targets. Israeli military is also claiming that Iran has launched more than 100 drones towards Israel in the hours since the strikes began.
You gonna say it again? Say something new. Okay, so this is their breaky thing. Let's see here. Okay. The guy they wanted to hit is deceased, okay? I told my boss I'm expecting a war to break out about 15 hours ago. And well, no doubt Starmer will want to fund Iran with aid and offer them refuge. Oh my God. Dude, I hope they don't do that to you guys over there. I really don't. BCS of all the U.S. government unlocking bank accounts. Yeah, that wasn't that by Obama unlocked what $9.6 billion was sending pallets of money over there. Dude, if anything, send it to the citizens of America for all the screwing you guys have done. I can't believe that. $9.6 billion to them. And right after that, there's a wave of new attacks around the world from terror groups.
Further adding that the convergence of the Iranian regime's efforts to produce thousands of kilograms of enriched uranium.
Okay, we've heard that from Netanyahu himself. Ash, God, family, and Trump. You know what? I'll take that. Damn right. Saudi condemned Israel. Yes, Chris, I saw that on the Chiron down here. Yeah, they condemned it. So I still don't think Saudi's going to do much. I hope not. I really hope not, because we sell a lot of shit to Saudi Arabia. I mean, thankfully we sell it to them, but still, shit. We don't need our weapons on both sides of this. So yeah, I really hope that's not because they're thinking, let's go and do something boom boom like once in a while. I really don't think they're gonna get involved. So tomorrow when they did, you can go, remember what you said? Times of Israel showed a video of low-flying drone. Oh, crap. Is that something I can... Let's see. Let's go back here. Maybe... Boom. Save here. Everybody pushed it up. Total meltdown on Israeli TG channels has noticed that their army is lying. Okay, that's old. You know, come on, guys. Now, June 11th. No, oh my God. Sometimes shows Iran drone. No, they're showing me a bunch of old stuff. I'm not finding anything. Here, 21 minutes ago. Okay. Additional documentation of Iranian drone in Iraqi airspace en route to Israel. Oh, crap. Well, there we go. Look at that little sucker. Meow. Dude, death by flying moped. That's a little freaky. It sounds like a moped. It's an embarrassing way to die. Let's make it sound or something. Well, holy crap. There you go, guys. All right, not to laugh, but still, Babylon B. Drones revealed to be Iranian after close inspection. Oh no. This is old, but still, that's just funny. Oh, gods. By the way, Jimmy, thank you very much for letting me know that. Going back to bed for a bit, GTR. Have a good one, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good one, GTR. And dream of GTRs, honestly, bud. Ash, how fast will it take the left to defend Iran? They did it months ago. They've been defending them forever. They're already automatic. It's automatic. As somewhere, every lefty just felt a disturbance in the force. And they went, oh my God. Israel, Iran, we love you, Iran. Now they're going to have on one side Ukrainian flags. On the other side, they're going to be wearing little Iran flags. I'm just going to say, Ash, it's going to be almost instant, man. Almost flipping instant. That's just me, though. Just me. MagD5, hey, I swear that girl called me today and was saying something about a Best Buy refund. Did she call? Hello, how are you doing today? My name is Angie.
For those of you just tuning in
Angie.
And wondering why we have these vantage points of Israel up on our screen with no audio.
Because you're looking for little
it's
flying
we're watching
mopeds.
The skies above Israel.
All right. That's why I've left the sound on.
Welcome
Oh, he's back.
Now. I'm Austin Westfall. We've been
Hey,
following
Austin.
the developing situation in the Middle East. Israel has targeted Iran's nuclear sites tonight. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying that Israel targeted Iran's main enrichment facility.
All right, so far we don't see anything there about
missile program.
let him on.
They've also targeted top nuclear scientists.
MagD5, you're right. Way too much. I hate those phone calls. Hello, how are you doing today, Mr. Lion? My name is Steven. I'm like, well, hello, Steven. My name is Aknad. How are you doing? You do that once in a while. What?
We're going to be doing.
I had one get pissed at me. That is not funny. That is not funny at all. Yeah, it is. Your name ain't Steven, jackass.
Last year, when
it was showing
Iran,
a Twitter link.
Sent missiles toward Israel. The Iron Dome intercepted most of them. A good amount of the missiles
Times of
also
Israel
simply
Twitter link.
fell short. They didn't make it. So
let's
what
see
we're
here.
Be watching for. We don't know if
21
we
minutes.
See anything?
Well, how about this?
Cameras.
Let me go quiet Skippy the Wonder Dog here down.
Iran has launched more than 100 drones.
Let me keep it just slightly in the background. Sorry, I got so many windows. I used to got some of the protest stuff open.
Earlier in the day.
Oh, that's the one. Oh, yeah. There we go. It's a little different. Oh, yeah. Moped. Shit. That's the Iraqi thing. Damn. That's a closer shot of that thing. Look at that little sucker go. Ugh. That's more than one video there, so.
Which is in northern Israel, Tel Aviv, which
oh boy.
Is central Israel. One of the other updates we just got is that Oman, the country of Oman, is condemning Israel's strikes on Iran.
Oman is condemning Israel's strikes now.
Because they are the ones that have been holding some of the talks, and they've been helping to mediate some
Well,
of the
condemning and doing
nuclear
something are two
negotiations
different
that have
things.
been
So I'm
taking
going
place
to hope they don't.
between the
So yeah,
US
there's another one right
and
there
Iran.
on drones.
We
Oh,
did,
boy.
Get a quote in from Oman's government. They say that Oman holds Israel responsible for this escalation.
Let me see if I can just go
and its
find Times of
repercussions,
Israel.
and calls on the
There's a
international
good, quiet, good
community
one.
to take a clear and firm position to stop this dangerous approach, which threatens to exclude diplomatic solutions.
There we
and
go.
undermine the security and stability.
See what they got. See if they got the same thing or not.
Still up in the air
Yahoo.
whether or not nuclear negotiations will continue on Sunday.
2
We have
hours,
not
3
gotten a
hours, 3
concrete
hours,
yay or nay
4
on that.
hours.
There were supposed to be
Commander of Iran's
a sixth
Islamic
round of
Revolutionary
nuclear
Guard
talks between
Corps,
the US and Israel on
Hossein
Sunday.
Salami.
Again, time will tell whether or not that's actually going to happen.
We live in
light
a
of
simulation.
recent news.
Israel
The US
just took out Salami.
has also issued
I
statements.
can't
US
do this.
Secretary of State Mark
Oh my God! Sorry guys, I'm gonna turn that down a little more.
unilateral action against Iran. And warned that
Israel took out Salami.
target U.S. forces in retaliation.
Yum.
We do remember that in recent days, the U.S.
I'm sorry, that's just funny. They took out Salami. I'm not getting over that. We live in a simulation.
Middle East.
Mid-Israel strikes, IDF is bolstering troops and raising its level of alert along Israel's borders and the West Bank. Yes, duh.
Again,
All right, trying to see Jews against deportations. Oh my God. Oh, I can't even get away from the protests, even though I want to. All right, let's go back. See if we can do some more search here.
The blasts themselves also captured on
Let's see. Let's do a quick research. Sorry, guys. Maybe.
And so it's these strikes
Okay.
that are leading Iran
Didn't want to do that, huh?
to launch more than 100 drones toward Israel. We will do our best to stay on air, watching these cameras, just in case we do see if any of these drones make their way into Israeli
See if I get
airspace.
any more news.
Perhaps
There's some of the old stuff from 5 hours ago.
I'm going to mute my mic.
I mean, pretty.
Any pertinent updates come through the news wires.
اینجا رو زدن اینجا رو هم زدن این لویزانم زدن پشتم زدن پشت لویزانم زدن
They killed Salami.
اینجا رو هم زدن
Next they killed pastrami.
لویزانم زدن پشتم زدن پشت لویزانم
Then we will lose Canadian bacon.
اینجا رو زدن
Sorry.
اینجا رو هم زدن این لویزانم زدن
Whoops. All right. Let's see what we get here. See what's a fresh comes out. Old 2 minutes. We saw that. A lot of people are showing it now. The same thing we saw. A lot of people posting the same dang thing. So I don't see anything new. So we'll have to hope and try to keep an eye on. Well, let's go back here. Go to some of my bookmarks. Everything else bookmarked. I wanted to go. Let's see. All right. That was a response to Times of Israel. Okay. Yeah, Salami got cooked. D5, you win. They cooked the salami. They slapped his salami. Damn, man. His salami got cooked. Oh, that's not. We're going to go to hell. I'm sorry. I don't know why, but I know it's not a non-tickle situation, but that tickles me somehow. Salami got cooked. And so far, guys, let's see if you can outdo Mag D5 tonight for the quickest, the absolute quickest route to get us all to hell. Oh, shit. Oh, no. They flew a small rocket through his bedroom window at 4 a.m. Oh. Dude, how many of you guys remember the footage from the first Iraq war of our smart missiles targeting air vents. And that was how long ago? Holy crap. Imagine the shit now. A friend of mine told me that some of the missiles, even then, could go down the street and turn corners. It's like, shit. So imagine now what we have. So do you want your sub toasted? Oh my God. News. In honor of Iranian support, Subway's going to have a special on salami subs today. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, geez. Rest in peace. Middle East looks like a glass parking lot is in your future. Possibly. You want your sub? I'll take my salami cold on Jewish rye. Oh, for the love of... All right, guys. You guys are coming back nicely. Toast your sub and everything, but D5 is just... He's got them lined up. I'll take my salami cold on Jewish rye. Son of a bitch. Did the U.S. sell any flying Ginsu to Israel? Probably. Probably, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Andrew, you know, I thought you're going to be a contender there. But then D5 came back and just ripped that trophy right back. Damn. All right, let's see what else I had marked. I was looking at a lot of people here just saying, fuck no, we don't want to be involved. Wasting tax dollars. Things went boom. I bookmarked a lot of these in the car on the way home on my phone. So I was just like, oh crap, oh my lord. Yeah, there's Goofy. There's Miss Eyebrows. Strangely unattractive and attractive at the same time, that girl is. We already saw that stuff. Marco Rubio, which may or may not be true. We'll find out. He says U.S. not involved. We'll see. It must stay that way. Not our war. Protect our troops. 100%. Oh, this is the Padilla stuff. We'll take a look a little more around the horn here. And try to listen a little more for anything. They haven't said anything more. Let's see. How far is that? And they may shoot them down. Let's see here. So if they're in Iraq, heading to Israel, that's a long flight. But those things don't look like they fly that fast. Little prop things. I mean, how fast is it going? 150, 200 mile an hour, maybe?
Okay, welcome back.
So that may take some time.
It is about time for us to get off of the air.
Uh-oh.
We stayed on a little bit later than usual because we wanted to make sure that we covered this.
Does anybody else have a live
As
feed?
it stands right now, the latest we've heard is that Iran has launched more than 100 drones.
I mean, you have to go to software, some other software to get it.
We have not seen anything in the skies above Israel.
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to figure out. So
Something
far, I
we'll be
haven't seen anything. I was just looking on a map here for you guys. If they launch from, let's say they launch from around here. Let's say not in Tehran here. They got to go all the way through here.
Will be coming on the air
to get to Israel here. That's quite a flight for a little drone that's maybe traveling 150, 200 mile an hour. That's a long trip.
Great job covering the Middle
So
East,
yeah, I mean,
he'll be leading his coverage off with the developing situation in Israel and in Iran.
I know I'm not spelling this quite right. It'll figure it out.
Sticking with us tonight.
Distance from Tehran to Tel Aviv. Wants to ask if I'd go by car.
And there was a lot to learn today. And we'll continue to monitor these live feeds.
By air. Let's go by air.
For anybody who...
I mean, holy shit.
is still up on the East Coast.
All right.
It is 1:52 a.m.
By plane. Let's try that. Don't have by drone. Oh, lordy.
As I mentioned, I'm Austin Westfall. It is about time.
So about 985 miles. So let's say 150 miles an hour. That's going to take some time.
For now, I'm going to send it to a commercial break.
That's going to take time, guys.
Playlist. The overnight playlist begins with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
All right, so they're going to do an overnight playlist of uselessness. So I will have to find other streams. Let's see. Yeah, I know I don't want to caps. I'm lazy. I type bad. Let's see. They're saying they're doing stuff. Are they talking or not? Trying to see. If they see drones down there, then I know this is semi-fresh. I'm not seeing anything about drones. Israel launches strikes. Israel launches strikes. So, yeah, they're kind of, so far, not really shown much. That looks old, though, it does, but I'll go there for now.
Trying to weaponize its fissile material stockpile. And the reason it's doing so,
see, no chat usually gives it away unless they
the Israeli Prime
block
Minister
chat.
is saying is that its other insurance policy,
7 hours
which was
ago,
Hezbollah
maybe.
and Hamas, these proxy allies on the sort of
Oh, that's one I
doorstep
didn't
of
think of.
Israel,
Hello.
have been destroyed by Israel, and therefore the Iranians are looking for a plan B, and therefore we're going hell for leather to build the...
Duh. I don't see they have anything live. Well, Sky News Breakfast is up. Let's see. See if they'll chat about it any.
Meet Lucero, a person.
Sorry,
whose
guys, I'm
vibrant
not giving you a lot
spirit
to.
was dimmed by
Whoa,
dental
mama!
challenges. Like many,
That
she needed
was
a
not right. I'm going to mute that because I got in trouble for streaming an ad. You think the ad would like to be out there, but no. Oh my gosh, yeah, back to him.
Israel. The Iranians have always said that if their nuclear program is attacked, they won't just strike back at Israel. They'll assume that.
So this
America
is Sky News
was involved
Live this
as
morning.
well,
So
although the Iranians have said it's
we'll hang on to that one. But okay, guys. So that's all we know so far. There's supposed to be drones coming in. We'll see. Let's see. They call here asking for my mom. She passed 2012. Dude, I've lived in this house for 25 years. And I get mail sometimes from the last owner who died in the hospital 26 and a half years ago. Crazy.
To the world's oil industry and to trading generally.
All right, let's go and do a little bit of talking. I'm going to leave the sound up so we can hear it finish the Shan or something.
Throughout the morning. For the moment, though,
But let's talk about this.
We will get continuing
How many of you guys saw this jackass here? Alex Padilla.
Israel has launched strikes on Iran.
All right, I am going to mute.
Preemptive strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities as well as other military.
Wow, she looks a little verklempt. Somebody's eating too many prunes. All right, this is Alex Padilla over here. Alex Padilla got arrested today. He's a Democrat senator from, can you guess which state? If you said California, you win a nice Iranian salami roll. So yeah, before Dems spin it, Secretary Noem, very hot, sorry, my opinion, yes, my wife knows I think that, was giving a news conference. As she spoke, yelling was heard. Noem briefly stopped talking, and the cameras cut to a combative yelling man pushed out the door. No, it actually cut to a big 6'3" yelling man rushing towards the stage, pushing against officers, yelling that he wanted to ask her some questions. You do not get to do that. He did not have his Senate credentials on, nothing else. These people didn't know who he was, so they grabbed his ass and shoved him out. He knew what he was doing when he ran in there, yelling in a press conference, I want to ask you questions. So yeah, that was horse shit. Padilla burst in unannounced. They didn't know who he was. No ID. Publicity stunt. Yes, 100% publicity stunt. And I like how this jackass has been caught out. People are posting a bunch of these.
Rise today to defend the principles at the core of our democratic republic. That we are a government of laws, and institutions.
Yeah, don't rush in.
Of individuals. That no billionaire has more rights than any worker. And that no president has more rights than any citizen of our country. That we are a government of three co-equal branches, providing checks and balances on each other.
It doesn't mean run in screaming at a conference. He knew what he was doing.
That no one is above the law.
Including you, dickhead. You can't tell me a guy that's been in the Senate for years didn't know during all the bullshit going on in LA, this happened in LA, to all the bullshit going on in LA and crazy crap there, he knew there were police and guards there like crazy for a reason. This big dude, not dressed in no ID badge, ran towards the stage yelling, I want to ask her a question. What is Secretary known questions? He knew what he was doing. He's trying to give a rally points again to the Democrats. See, Trump he's evil. See, look, and here to prove it, Adam Schiff. Senator Alex Padilla represents the best of the Senate. I'm not going to listen to some lying jackass, another one from, by the way, California, another lying jackass here who lied about Americans on J6. Think about it, Jacob Chansley, the Q shaman, evidence come out showing video evidence. They hid, they lied. Now here's the video. At least some of it. Some of it. Now remember, keep in mind, she was talking and suddenly he just runs in, yelling, I want to talk to her. They don't have no clue who this nutbag is.
I'm Senator Alex Padilla.
See?
I have questions for the Secretary.
That's all he said. He didn't say,
because the fact of the matter
you don't get to run in.
a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your heads off.
Any of his cabinet officials busted in. I don't care if they're a senator or not. Busted in, yelling and screaming like this, pushing against officers. Why didn't you wear your Senate badge? They have them. He knew what he was doing, and he's a big boy. So I'm glad the jackass, unfortunately they let him go. I would have kept him arrested, busting in like that. And then you get dickhead here. You get Senator Cory Booker. If you can make Alex Padilla forcibly kneel, if you watch the longer video, if I found it here, you'll see he kneeled on his own. He knew what he was doing. It was an op. Forcibly kneel before this executive. When does it stop? He rushed in. Screw this. I'm tired of this crap. So let's listen to Cory Booker's fake outrage.
And this son of Mexican immigrants who cleaned homes.
Were they illegal?
This man with equal dignity in this body today was driven violently to his knees, as if made to kneel before the authority of the executive.
Well, yeah, he is our leader.
So-called disrespectful.
Sorry, let me remove the other sound totally here real quick. I don't see there's anything happening yet. So I just think this guy's a jackass.
That should offend the consciousness, not just of the other 99 members of this body. It should offend the conscience of this country.
No, it doesn't. Don't rush in. Rush to the stage.
Padilla forcibly kneel before this executive.
They don't know who he was.
He's a United States senator.
And they knew that how? Where's his badge?
If you could force him to kneel to his knees violently, when does it stop?
You know what? I'd like to see a lot more of you Democrat fuckwads kneel. You guys have broken so many laws, Cory. You guys pulling fire alarms to stop votes. Hey, what isn't that illegal, stopping votes and messing with Congress? Yes. Where was that? How about you guys lying about J6 people, hiding footage? How about you guys wasting our time and money and illegally prosecuting the president and always impeaching him? Screw you. Yeah, I imagine a Trump supporter running in like this, or even a Trump supporting senator running in without his badge. Big guy dressed like a worker purposely, not in his suits and stuff, running in. Yeah, I want to talk to you. I want to ask her questions. I am so-and-so. Where's your badge? He knew. Cory Booker knew. This right away, they're already ready to have their little speech.
What does it say to other Americans who want to speak up? What does it say to other Americans?
It says we know how to do it right.
Constitutional duty. What does it say to other Americans this weekend when they want to peacefully protest? What does it say to other Americans from humble backgrounds?
Fuck you. Walk in. Sit down. Stand on the side, whatever. Raise your hand. She was talking. She was talking, already answering somebody else's question, and he runs in yelling. Screw you, Corey. Do this fake outrage. You know, as soon as he walked out of here, he just went to, whew, that was good. I think I carried that. It's fake.
Who know poverty. That if a United States senator
God, keep running around that circle.
Could be made to heel, driven to
Heel.
his knees, violently handcuffed. What does it say? What message does it send?
Channel them roots, Kunter Kinte. Come on.
In this body should see that this is a crossroads.
What a jackass.
They treated a member of the United States Senate violently.
No, they didn't. Treated him fine. For what he did, should have been worse.
On the ground and put him in handcuffs. Every member of this body should object to that.
Oh, yeah? Hey, let me ask a question for you guys in the chat. Hey, fuckwad. Him, not you guys. Hey, fuckwad, Booker. What would happen to any average citizen who ran in to that press conference with all that security, and while a cabinet secretary was speaking during riots in that city and ran up while she's talking, hey, I'm going to ask her some questions. What would happen? We would be slammed on the ground and arrested just like that, but we wouldn't have been let out. You and me, we'd still be in jail. So, Corey, shove your fake outrage right up your ass, because he knew what he was doing. You already had this fake outrage party ready to go. This was just one more thing where the Democrats are always, see, Donald Trump, they're back to Donald Trump he's going to be king. Yeah, he's a dictator. Donald Trump is the worst dictator in history. Look back through history what dictators do. A dictator already would have jailed all the opposition. They'd be in jail. The media, oh no, there wouldn't be opposing media. They'd be in jail. The prisons fill up fast in dictatorships with the enemies of the dictator. Yet Donald Trump lets his great dictatorness, lets lowly judges break the law against him in rulings. Lets people threaten his life. Lets people lie. Lets people pull shit like this. Horrible dictator. Corey's face says it all right there. That is fake outrage. None of us would have been released after running at Secretary Noem or any secretary, cabinet secretary under the Biden administration. Imagine a Trump senator, Trump supporting senator have done this then. So Corey can fuck off.
Why? Because the statement was that he was disrespectful.
Disrespectful? He ran in screaming and yelling. That's not the way to come in and ask questions. You come into the press conference, wait till she's done talking with these other people, raise your hand like anybody else, or go, excuse me, I am Senator so-and-so. This is my state. Can I ask you some questions? None of these pieces of shit should be in the Senate if that's how this man actually thought he should get in there and ask questions. No, it was a setup. These people speak publicly for a living. They know how meetings are supposed to run. He knew.
That is unacceptable. That is offensive. That is un-American.
It is bullshit outrage. Fake.
Why is there silence right now? Why aren't my colleagues saying, I don't care if it's a Republican, a Democrat, or
because everybody's laughing at you. Everybody's like, oh, for the love of God, shut the fuck up and sit down.
A man to his knees. In the
Is Cory-
United States of America.
It's not Cory Booker. Is he the one that pulled the fire alarm?
That is wrong. That is wrong. That is wrong.
Hey, is that wrong?
This is a test. This is a crossroads. This is a day in which the character of this body will be defined.
This is a day you guys once again try to set up more fake outrage. Let me see if I can find some more on that. I thought there was a longer footage on that. Actually, let's go over here. I'll leave that on the drone stuff. Trump statement, that wasn't fresh. Okay, so let's go. Let's see here. Yeah, he fights with these guys purposely. He knew what he was doing. I think it's the same one, though. But still, come on.
Hands up. I'm Senator Alex Padilla.
You don't get to just say it. Show me your ID.
The Secretary, because the fact of the matter is, a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your hands off.
Yeah, this man committed a crime that got Jay Sixers thrown in prison for years. Yeah, he was involved in that, so fudge him. Notice how Democrats don't show this longer video. Clearly shows Padilla getting violent. Yes. Oh, and then we get the sob story. Sorry, guys, we won't cover much more on this. Jesus. Everybody needs to see. You've got to see what they're doing and saying to know how to defend yourself, to know the facts. And this is him later. Oh, my God. Just like the peaceful protesters, Alex Padilla broke the law and is now on TV crying about the consequences. Why does the left fight so hard for criminal illegals because of actual Americans? Because if the illegals get out of here, get put out, they lose. They lose in the census. They would lose what? 5 or 6 in California alone. They would lose 5 or 6 reps and 5 or 6 electoral college votes. And so would most Democrat states. It would decimate their power in the electoral college and in the House of Representatives. And money they get from the federal government. They are desperate to keep these people. They will do anything like this. Getting violent. Monica McIver punched 2 officers on camera. He is running in, setting this up, and doing this on purpose. No credential badge. He knew what he was doing. This is a man that goes in the Senate every day, knows you have your badge, your credentials. Knew better.
I'm Senator Alex Padilla. You guys have some questions. I'm going to read a brief statement. I will not be taking questions, but allow me to read my statement.
Oh, he's going to read a statement. I'm not... part of me doesn't want to listen to this.
I'm here in Los Angeles today, and I was here in the federal building, in the conference room, awaiting
Jimmy, I agree.
Briefing from federal officials as part of my responsibility as a
you
senator.
Don't run
to
in
provide
yelling.
Oversight and accountability. While I was waiting for the briefing with General Guillot, I learned that Secretary Noem was having a press conference a couple of doors down the hall.
So you weren't invited. The press conference had started, and when that starts, security shuts the doors. You don't run in, and this dickhead knows this. Just admitted he wasn't invited, didn't even know what was happening, and then just ran in. That's not how it works. You, me, and anybody else would have been tackled and shoved out, handcuffed, but we wouldn't have been let go, dick. He knew. He knew he could do this stunt and get away with it because of his office.
Over the course of the last recent weeks, several of my colleagues have been asking the Department of Homeland Security for more information and more answers on their increasingly extreme immigration enforcement actions.
I'm sorry,
and we've gotten little to no information.
Yeah, so what? You don't run
response.
In. It's going to stay in bullshit. All it's going to be is him trying to make excuses for himself. Well, I just wasn't getting the answers I want, so I decided to run in and yell at a woman who's already talking. Screw the question she's already answering. I was going to run in, bust through that door, security already, what the hell, things closed. Who are you? They don't know because you're dressed different and you're not wearing your badge. You didn't even offer to show credentials. Did you notice that? Didn't offer. Yeah. He knew what he was doing. And he keeps shoving back against him. If he just stopped, said, dude, here, hang on. I'm Senator Padilla. Sorry about that. Here's my ID. They probably would have stopped. Oh, okay, no problem. But he just kept yelling and shoving back. That shows it's a setup. There's another video of them in the hallway that actually showed him just going down to his knees himself. He knew what he was doing. Is this the one? I think this is the one where they got him. This is the other footage.
I have questions for
the secretary.
You don't just
Because
keep
the fact
shoving
of the
against
matter
cops.
is, a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your.
Okay, is this the one? This might be the other one. Then we'll stop here, guys. I don't want to bend you too much with this one. This is. See, look at him. Watch. He holds his hands up. He knew what he was doing. As soon as he's out the door, he's like, "Yep, okay." He went down on his knees. They didn't force him.
On your back.
Booker said they forced him to his knees. Watch this shit. As soon as he got out the door, away from the cameras, he's shoving in front of the cameras, Oh, making a big scene. As soon as he's out the door, he thought all the cameras are off him. But look at this. He suddenly stops and just stops. Boom. Puts his hands up. Look at no fight at all anymore. Now watch him go to his knees himself.
Hands behind your back. Hands behind your
See,
back.
he did it himself right here.
On the ground.
Boom. They didn't force him.
On the ground.
No force.
Hands behind your back.
If you let my hands go, I stand behind my back.
All right. Cool. Other hand. Lay flat. Lay flat. Other hand, sir.
Yeah, that was forced to his knees. Lying jackass. This whole thing was a setup. Nice little firearm he's got there. What is that?
I did not
like the holster.
Recording allowed out here per FBI.
Getting a holster that fits really you like well, it's a bitch.
That's my boss. I have to record everything out here. You can record. There's no recording allowed.
See, they didn't know they were recording. And see, Alex Padilla didn't know they'd still be recording. Soon as he got away from the cameras, his whole shtick stopped. Stopped arguing, stopped pushing against cops, went, yep, okay. He went down to his knees on his own. Just what a piece of shit. And I see you, Jimmy. I see you. They should have tased him to see if he messed his diaper. 100%. Mag D5, he's a senator. He can get an appointment to talk to her. 100%. 100%. He didn't have to do that during a press conference. No, he did not. He did not. Could you imagine if any of us went and broke into a presidential cabinet member's press conference? Oh, we wouldn't be out tonight. By the way, guys, I'm going to stop real quick and just say please hit thumbs up if you haven't. I do appreciate it. And I appreciate any of your time being here listening to this craziness and watching as the world tries to tear itself apart while the rest of us try to keep it together. So I appreciate it. If you want to subscribe, fine. If not, check back. See if I can do enough to earn it in the future. Other than that, thank you very much. And I do see you guys on Rumble. Feel free to chat, all of you on Rumble. I see a lot of you over there. If you don't want to chat on Rumble, feel free to join us at Lyons Den WS6. Or just Lyons Den on YouTube. My bad. Here, I will even post the link for you. In case you want to chat, go over here and boom, there we go. That is the YouTube link. And hey, I like Rumble, but I know not a lot of people have an account and can chat. So there you go. All right. I'm sorry, you guys. But yeah, you guys are right. 100%. Jimmy, yes, he should have been tased. We would have been. Or at least we wouldn't be out of jail tonight. Mag D5 is right. Yes, he can get an appointment. He's a senator. He is a senator. Not just House of Reps. Senator. They're a little higher up in the pecking. This guy knew what he was doing. That is if a big bird of prey would don't grab. That would be funny. Yeah. Haven't seen him. What would happen if a senator started yelling over the president, any president, while talking to the press and cameras in the Oval Office? Yeah. Hey, remember? Who else does this sound like, Democrat-wise? Al Green, who yelled over Donald Trump's State of the Union address. Waving his cane there, yelling. What happened? He got removed by officers. All of these people know it's all for show. Now, Alex Padilla will be just like Al Green and using this video, one to stir shit now. Trump is so bad. And he'll be using it for his constituents to get elected. I say, look, I'm trying to fight Orange Man bad. But my God, you got to elect me again so I can keep at it. Yeah, 100%. Mag D5, we already know because in the House chambers during the speech, Al Green got removed. So Padilla knows exactly what would happen, not just because they're taught all the rules and know the rules, because we've seen what will happen. Jimmy, one news report said Padilla cried when he was cuffed. Oh, my God. I don't think so. I didn't hear it there. I didn't hear him crying there. I think they mixed it up with tears of laughter because he knew what he was doing. 100% set up. Viva la resistance! Nice, Acuna. How would he feel if that was his press conference and someone started yelling, oh, dude, there you go. Yes. $100 says once again, if that was he's asking questions. Yeah, oh, we're going with that, Mag. Ho, ho, ho. Good one. Let's just say, let's do a little Black Mirror episode here. What would Alex Padilla do if he's up there speaking and all of a sudden a Trump supporting person come running in? I want to ask questions. I'm betting he wouldn't say, yo, just let him out. It was a boo-boo. He just didn't know decorum properly. He'd flip. It'd be all over the news. God dang violent Trump people staging stupid crap, doing stuff for the camera, which, as I showed you, he did. As soon as he thought he was away from the cameras, oh, okay, I'm done. Yeah, staged. Viva la resistance. We know exactly how he would feel. We know how he would feel, and we know it was staged. I'm pretty sure I showed it. Billy Basher McIver is facing 3 counts of assault. Yeah, Jimmy, she is, but I'm going to say she sees no jail time. And guys, in a little bit here, we'll check back in on this. Actually, while I'm talking with you guys, let's go and see if there's anything going on here with this. Let's just do a quick check.
This isn't going to be something that's over, in the next few hours. It seems from the language coming out of the Israeli government that this is the start of a campaign.
I mean, if they did launch these drones, it could take hours for them to get there. Whoa, okay, Newsmax gave up. I don't think they're talking about anything there on it. He's looking at cameras, too. Nobody's seeing anything.
Bunker busting bomb in the U.S. arsenal.
Yeah. Nothing there. They're still live. I've got it playing, but there's nothing showing. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Yeah, nothing showing. I'm letting a lot of them play in case there's something happening. Air India. State media, 6 nuclear scientists deleted an Israeli attack. Oops. Delete. Israel attacks Iran. We know that. UN nuclear watchdog. Bushehr nuclear site not targeted. Probably because they could have made a stink of the environment if they hit that one. Let's see. Anything fresh here? No, that's just a loop still, I think. Let's see. Just looking. All right. Let's get back to you guys, and we'll go one more. We'll look at that one more time. Then we're going to go look at see if there's any protests going on tonight a little bit. And if there's nothing else going on, well, I'm going to back out after that. If there's nothing going on there on the Iran front and or the protest front. And I got a feeling that this weekend's going to get frisky now. Because now, as some of you guys have rightly stated, the left is going to go knucking futs over this. So now they're going to tape this right onto their illegal alien protests. And it's going to be just, oh, double your pleasure, double your fun. With double mint protests. Sorry. I like double mint gum. But didn't mean to drag you in there, guys. How about double dumbass protests? How's that? Oh, yeah, dumbass? Well, double dumbass on you. What movie is that? Who's going to get that? Sci-fi movie. What? Oh, dumbass? Well, double dumbass on you. Let's see. How would he feel? Okay, Belly Basher McIver facing 3 counts. Yes. I like my Phobos holster. I've had it for many years. I think I have one. I need a better shoulder rig. My shoulder rig it does get my neck. I want a low holster for my leg, especially if I'm out shooting. Just out target shooting for the day. I want a low holster for my 40. My Walther PPQ. That's my favorite. I've got an Israeli Zahal defense spring kit in it and some nice tritium sights I've added. I do like that one. Green dot underscore green dot. You are funny as fook. Thanks. I'm also very funny looking, but so thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, let's go back over. I have Dem checking Rumble a lot better. American Explorer the other day reminded me a lot to check Rumble chat. I see you guys over there, and welcome. Welcome to the insanity of the world. We were talking about Alex Padilla and the Iran-Israel kerfuffle. I like the word kerfuffle, and I don't think we use it enough. So let's take one more look and see if anything's going stupid. Boy, Sky News, you guys need to work on these chicks.
I would say, as a Foreign Office, not a Foreign Office minister, things that
Minister,
perhaps,
I know, I'm sorry, I'm making fun of people's accents, but...
due course, what I would say from the government...
Britain, you guys in the UK, you're no different than America. Some of our people have some pretty rough accents, too. So let's go and look at... Israel says Iran approaching the point of no return. Whatever. Come on, let's go BBC. I don't know if BBC does anything live on here or not. I don't see anything live. Yeah, I don't see much live, guys. Unless you guys know of... If you guys know of any live footage going on out there, let's do one more look at X. Let's do a... refresh and see what comes up. I spelled Iranian wrong. That's what came up. Welcome to the public school system. Okay, nope, nothing there. That looks the same as we saw, I believe. Pretty much looks like the same footage. Looks like probably the same one drone. Maybe they launched one drone and it just didn't make it. Of course, by the looks of it, could take, if that thing, how fast do these drones travel? There we go. Cheap. There we go. How fast are cheap military drones? So 115 miles an hour is slower than I thought. That thing, dude, that thing could travel. That thing could take like 5 hours to get there, 6 hours. Dude, I could drive faster in my Trans Am getting there. Yeah, Trans Am. I'm an oldie boy. I like my Trans Am still. Damn! 115. Cheap military drones. Oh my God, even the AI knew it. Classified as Group 1 UAVs, travel at speeds up to 115 mile an hour. So up to. So let's say it's doing 100. Dude, that was some distance. Because let's see. This is from Tehran to Tel Aviv. That's kilometers. What is that in miles? I want to know this in miles. I don't know what that is in miles. You guys suck. I know everybody's laughing at me right now. Don't you know that? Nope. Okay, that's 1,100 miles at 100 miles an hour. Dude, that's a 10-hour flight for that little thing if they launched it from Tehran. Let's say they launched it an hour closer, maybe 2 hours closer. Dude, that is still like a 7-8 hour flight for this little thing. Here comes an air moped. My God, it's almost like, it's like a movie. Oh no. You gotta duck it. That is just... Ooh, here's a good one. How fast do our drones fly? How fast are U.S. military drones? Pwah! Holy shit! Did you see that? The cheapy drones, and I'm guessing that's just what Iran has. Maybe they have faster. But holy shit, U.S. military drones can hit some at 12,000 miles per hour? That cannot be real. That's not right. That's wrong. No way. That's not a real speed. See right here? No. That's a mistype. Something stupid there. The Lockheed SR-72 reconnaissance plane boasts a top speed of 1,350 miles per hour. Other drones like the MQ Reaper, see, that's not right. What is that? 12,000 miles per hour? Come on. That's like Mr. Sulu is piloting that. How fast is your drone? 12,000 miles per hour. Oh my. I mean, come on. But still, holy shit. The MQ-1 Predator cruises at 70 to 90. Up to 100 miles per hour has a maximum speed of 135. Who said 12,000 miles per hour? What is wrong with that AI? Could you imagine 12,000 miles per hour? Seriously, any of you, can you imagine 12,000 miles per hour? That is stupid crazy levels. Sorry, it's hitting chat. My chat just backed up and locked. I didn't know if any of you guys were talking or not. It just locked. All right. So, just checking in on Rumble. All right. But yeah, dude, what AI thought 12,000 miles an hour? Holy crap. But still, this one right here, the SR-72, this reconnaissance is designed for 1,350. MQ-9 Reaper up to 200 miles per hour. This drone is known for payload capacity and speed, capable of reaching a maximum speed of 300 miles per hour. Cruising speed of up to 200 miles an hour. Now that's a little quicker. Okay, this military drone is, this one says military drones are capable of reaching speeds up to 500. Wahoo! That is freaky. Okay, come on. Here we go again. How fast are drones in the military? Some can reach impressive speeds of up to 12,000 miles per hour. That's called warp speed. 12,000? Who wrote this? Does anybody know what 12,000 miles per hour is? That's nutso. Mag D5, I think most of the bigger U.S. drones can hit around 470. Yeah, that's what I think too. I thought I was always told right around 500 miles an hour. Some pushing it right around 600. But yeah, 12,000 miles per hour, guys. Whoever you are over at Gemini who thought that, you're dumb. Because that's how you go to the moon. 12,000 miles per hour. Crisp, wow, yeah, no shit. That is stupid. Let's see, the Lockheed D-21. Ooh. Here we go. Ooh, that's a good one. This is a drone, dude. Mach 3.3. 2,200 miles per hour. Now, this is probably one of the fastest drones. This is a supersonic drone. Still only does 2,200. Now, we're talking Top Gun Maverick ain't going to hit 12,000 miles per hour. Dude, this thing is just a flying, flipping SR-71 engine. Look at it. It's like they ripped an engine off an SR-71 and just put wings on it. And still only doing 2,200 miles per hour. Holy shit. That's what it is, too. It's an SR-71 engine. Introduction date, okay, I'm sorry. If they get drones in 1969, retired in 1971, they could do 2,200 miles an hour. We have drones now that are freaking faster, but I still think 12,000 miles per hour. Holy cripes. That is nuts. There is no way that we don't have drones faster than that. Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys, I'm down a rabbit hole. There. Okay, says the SR-7, Lockheed SR-72. Hypersonic fixed-wing drones, one of the fastest military drones. Capable of 1,350 mile per hour. Well, that's crap considering the one we just saw was capable of 2,200 from 1960s and 70s. Lockheed D-21 supersonic recon drone. There we go. They reached Mach 3.3. Jeez. So yeah, let's just say even at 400 miles an hour, that's gonna take forever to get over there from Tehran to. That's like a 4 or 5 hour flight easy. You'd think somebody would throw a rock at it or something. Tell you what, you fly that thing over Redneck Zone, people will be popping at it. 12,000. Oh, God. Savage Jimmy. That's 12,000 miles per hour faster than California's high-speed train. And, dude, how much money have they pumped into that shit? Let's go and see if there's anything going on with a protest tonight. What do you say? Oh, there is some morons out. Okay. Some morons. I like how they were handing out American flags and they were burning them the other night. But if you give them this illegal, half American, half Mexican, oh, see, the dude is telling him, no, I want the Mexico at the bottom, man. Somebody's going around handing out flags. Tell me this shit is, look at that, look at all the flags. Tell me this shit isn't set up now. That dude is right there going, no, I want my Mexico on here. See, he's still showing he wants Mexico. Boom, 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 boom. All right, what have we got here on the screen? We got Los Angeles, California, Portland, Oregon, and Los Angeles, California. Oh, that's good. People living downtown have to put up with idiots trying to shine lights in their windows. Dude is out trying to give them flags and sell flags and stuff. Yeah, that high-speed rail, how much have you guys spent on that? Or anybody in California? Sorry, guys. I know I'm in rabbit hole mood. Oh, my God. 106 billion? What? What? How much has been completed? I love this. Construction is active across 119 miles of the desert. 85 out of 93 structures underway completed. My ass. 96 miles of guideway completed. Guideway. That's it. 99% of properties needed in hand. So they don't even own all the property. There's still 1% after all this time of property they don't even own. Cheers. 463 miles of the 494-mile Phase 1 between San Francisco and Anaheim are environmentally cleared and construction ready. This has been going on for years. This is stupid. Wow, that is dumb. Latest estimate is 106 billion. Holy gods. And this has been going on forever? Yeah, great. All right, let's see what we got going here. We won't spend a lot of time. There's not much to see. Yeah, pretty much the same feeds there. So let's go up here and do a quick search. Damn, you guys. You guys have been savage. I like that. Yeah. All right, so let's see here. Trying to look around. Ira, woke. We already got woke up. No pun intended. Pretty slow night. I'm going to say most of this fit's going to hit the shan tomorrow night. I think tomorrow's going to be Fursky. And I know there's more people on TikTok, but I will not put TikTok on this computer. I have enough problems without TikToking this. So let's see if Starship's got anything going. See if he's still up. Nope, he went back to airplanes. He gave up. When Starship gives up, yeah. Yeah, when he gives up, it's over. Mostly not much show tonight. Let's see here. Is that over too? That's Jessica Palmadessa. Nope. Oh, unavailable. Uh-oh. So what happened there? Did Jessica get taken down? Oh boy. She might have got taken down. She done did something. Let's see. Are they live? Let's do a refresh. We won't spend a lot of time, guys, but yeah. The sun will burn out before they complete it. Probably. GTA 5, make LA look like a nice place now. Yeah. Dude, you aren't kidding. Yeah, they're off air. A lot of people are giving up. Means there ain't much going on, guys. Let's go do a quick one here. Refresh here. Says they're live. Let's see. Nope, that ain't it. That ain't it at all. So yeah, wow, looks like everybody's giving up. We'll do a quick look around. And let's see here. Whoops, I don't want that. I want this. Let's see if anybody's up. Adventures with nope. Sorry, I know who some of these are, and no, actually I know who all of them are. Which ones are relevant. So we will do a search. I know, guys, but hey, that's the way it is tonight. Live ICE says tonight's probably going to be slow. Tomorrow night, yep, even the most of the TV stations have not even do anything right now. That's a loop. I can already tell you that. That's a loop. So, yeah, it looks like everybody's giving it up. So, yeah, they're, I guess the ICE protesters, I'm sure they're at home right now stewing about the whole Israel thing. So, I think we're just going to take a quick check. I don't see anything going on. Just him yelling. Hell, Listen's even down. He's down to one feed. That pretty much tells you everything you need to know. Woke has got a few, but man, even he's digging that barrel. Yeah, he's digging the bottom of that barrel, guys. It looks like a slow night. They're all saving their chutzpah up for tomorrow night. So let's do a quick check on our Israel stuff. Let's see. Now everybody's still watching. So far, nothing happening. That's live. I left it play. Latest unclear. Live. Nothing happening. That's just replay of earlier. Let's see. Is this Hindustan Times? Let's do a refresh. MagD5. Hopefully the FBI has some good intel on the no kings BS in the bigger cities. I like the everybody saying F you to Walmart. And some of you are right. You know, I argued a little last night, but you know what? Yeah, she may not be running Walmart, but you know what? It's time to start telling families of big companies also, F around, find out. So maybe the rest of the family will tell her, Ixnay, stupid A. Because, of course, she's so rich, she doesn't care. And she never built this company. She was just born with a multi-billion-dollar silver spoon in her mouth. That when she was born, when she was 5 years old, I'm sure mommy or daddy told her, you were already worth $12 billion. Can you imagine being born with $12 billion silver spoon in your mouth where you have nothing to do? You have never have to struggle to do anything in your life. You are richer than some countries. Born richer. And I'm not hating on rich people. I'm just saying, damn. Now this says live, but we'll see. Oh, that's old. They're just showing Trump now. All right, so I'm going to say that most of this is just Israeli hospitals preparing. Yeah, I'll bet.
That it is going to keep going on at it for as long as it takes to reach a logical conclusion.
How long will it take the drone from Iran to actually get there? Or is it actually ever coming? They're going to find out the Iranian drone was taken out by some birds. They really are shitty on their news. They'll like do a blurb, go to an ad, blurb. I don't know if they really do news. She married into the Walton name. Her husband, oh my God, that's even worse. Martino, AXN is on now? He wasn't on earlier.
And once again, to reiterate for our viewers, Iran has said 6 nuclear scientists have been killed in Israel attacks.
All right. AXN is live now? He wasn't earlier. Oh, it doesn't even show live over here. Oh, it is live. Well, that's weird. All right.
And come and see what was actually
Thank you, Martino. How's it going, man?
And it was circling around here, so I was like, let me walk up here and see what's going on now.
Well, he's unmuted now.
Over here. But it's like, once they left over here, after they circled here, they went all the way down that way. And I guess that was
like the play-by-play
or something or whatever. And then, right after Homeboy did what he did, they came back towards here and started circling around. Then it just went.
Did you hear any gunshots or something?
There's no gunshots. There's no nothing.
Because they have a hole in the back of the window. Have you seen it?
No,
there's a big
but
round
I think
hole.
that they came from somewhere. I think that's what the one in the
there's the
sweater.
protest that was going on.
The bad thing, Jimmy, by the way, Martino, I know I said thank you, but thank you again. It's nice to find somebody up and doing something.
Then when they got him in the
you guys find any other feeds? But yeah, I didn't. I went through my normals and they weren't up, and it didn't show me AXN was up, but he is.
Who got hit with the window? The police shot at the window?
I don't know
Jimmy,
who shot at the window.
I still think false information needs to be fed to anti-ICE protesters. That ICE is heavily preparing for a raid in Beverly Hills to give the looters better store support.
It seemed like what she was saying was all
that is one of those statements I wish I could have read backwards and been prepared. Nice, man.
It looked like,
you know, I would like to see. I would like to see targeted misinformation to certain members of Congress or something. Because, you know, just tell them, hey, by the way, don't say anything, but this is going to happen. So we can find out who's leaking. Because it's illegal to do so. I would like to find out who the leakers are and go after them. I'm tired of it. I like people in this chat, demon rats.
But see, this is my thing.
Hey, look, that looks like a whole family that can go home.
Why let this child be outside, no coat on, no nothing, just because you want to be what?
I want to know what morons are bringing kids and dogs to riots.
It looks like a bullet hole,
but yeah, I'd like to feed false information anyways. I'm just tired of people doing this illegal shit. I don't like, once again, how we're letting members of Congress and other Democrat politicians get away with getting in the way of our law enforcement. If you and I do it, it's obstruction. If they do it, it's, well, we did it. Too bad. They don't even try to deny what they're doing. So it's nuts.
You know, there's a bus bench that they can sit on, you know, to be respectful. These two right here, like...
Why be respectful?
You know, they're not in handcuffs.
So?
To be some respectful people.
Respectful as them not being in handcuffs.
You're assholes. You can let them sit on the bench. You guys are still around them. They are tired. It is cold out here. Be some fucking human beings and let them sit on the damn bench. Damn.
Oh my. Oh my.
Still, jackasses. No problem. That's the reason why you're called what the fuck you're called. You stupid fucks. There's no reason why you can't just let them sit on the damn bench. You got a jacket in the car or something? Would I let you get a jacket? Like, damn. Y'all got jackets and stuff up in there. You got all that wrapped around you. Yeah, you looking at me, homeboy, but you got all that wrapped around you. You see this little girl right here freezing.
Somebody's a dumbass.
Yeah, turn your ass around and stop looking at me, bitch. Get your ass on some motherfucking way if you don't want to motherfucking listen.
Yeah, dang, white women are nasty.
Get your ass in some damn blankets.
Listen to that white girl go off.
Sit down at the bus stop. But no.
Oh, people in this guy on AXN's chat are saying, oh, usual suspects.
For you letting them do that. Ain't nothing wrong for you going to get a blanket for a little girl. She ain't even a criminal. You can get a blanket. You can let them sit at the bus stop. That's it. I'm a mother. That's the reason why I'm talking shit.
You're a mother something.
Because I'm a mother. You motherfuckers is dehumanizing a little girl who's freezing her ass off. Is it midnight?
It's a whole family of people doing illegal shit. Dehumanized, fuck off. Wow.
You got him in handcuffs, but the rest of them
everybody in the
got to
chat
do what?
saying hate to be your kid over here.
Trifling.
Well, as far as I knew, the curfew was still in force. And it was like 8 or 10 o'clock. So, why are you dragging your underage kid out after curfew in a protest zone?
Stare there with your damn hands, acting like you sitting there doing something for somebody and you not. That girl is not a damn criminal. Get your eyes up off of her like that.
Oh my God, now she's trying to say he's all looking her up. Oh my God.
Taxes don't pay you to do that shit to no damn human.
Actually, it does.
Assholes. Yeah, keep on rolling it back. You should have been gone.
Have you noticed, anybody noticed that in America, there's one accent, one that is the same from the East Coast to the West Coast in America, from the North to the South. What is it? The Ebonics ghetto accent. They all somehow have the same accent in ghetto Ebonics.
Their mamas and daddies didn't even teach them right. If they even
it is crazy how ghetto Ebonics people.
Your mama and daddy. Be respectful until you need to let them know I need somebody to have my back. Because these
be respectful, says the person cussing more than a whole aircraft carrier full of sailors coming off boat after being on a year-long deployment. Woo!
But none of them was respectful.
Woo!
So guess what? When that means when they go home to their own little girls, their own little boys, they act just like that with them.
Yeah, bitch, they're going home to their little boys and girls because they weren't done with dragging their little boys and girls out after curfew during a protest and be in the country illegally. Dumbass. Disorderly conduct, curfew violations. See how many more she can collect. Yeah, 100%.
They do it to their people too because they're ignorant.
Oh my Lord.
Take that daggone motherfuckers off of him. Can you give him a hug? Give him a hug.
Give him a hug?
Give him a hug.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Why'd you let him go?
You're welcome.
Oh my
God. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Nos puedes decir qué pasó?
Es que dice que le dimos cohetes a no sé quién.
Ajá.
Pero pues nosotros ni siquiera.
No estaban en la protesta, ¿no?
Estábamos pero pacíficos y
learn Spanish or else. Yeah, no shit. That's the way it's saying.
Y ya veníamos cuando me dispararon.
What I do?
Quebraron mis vidrios.
Fake run towards her, watch her fall down, try to escape. Nice.
That's free love. You understand
Cuando
me?
veníamos para
what
acá,
I do is free love.
Paramos
right
en
there,
una
that's free
marqueta
love.
y llegaron
That's
ellos.
what you need to understand about
Ya de ahí
some
nos
people.
siguieron para acá.
Some people gonna.
Y aquí nos
that's good.
pararon.
No.
Y pues dicen que le dimos cohetes a
And
no sé
because
quién.
you decided you wanted to
Y
do
pues
that,
no es cierto.
because you
O sea,
felt that you really needed to do that
no
one,
tenía nada de cohetes,
blessed
no.
tremendously.
Oh, the NBA finals are going on?
Aquí, cuando lo pararon allá.
Oh, but the NBA is pissed then, yeah.
En la Gaffy.
Well, not just that, dude.
La 4 por allá.
They got, you got Israel and Iran. You got the protests going on. Yeah, but nobody is watching.
Okay.
I didn't know anybody watching the NBA anyway.
What he's putting in here, that means he is giving you the world. Take that, learn from it.
All right, now tell us in English what he just said, dude.
Because God is going to bless you.
Not all of us speak illegal.
My name is Crazy Sonia.
I actually took Spanish in high school, but I have forgotten 90%. I can read it and write it much better than I can listen or speak it.
Crazy Sonia.
No, seeing the word dog.
Can we do a little interview too?
Oh Lord.
Crazy Sonia.
Looking like this,
no, I want to see like why you're here. Why are you so amped up?
What do you mean?
Amped up because after all.
Okay. Welcome to 1:53 a.m. in the Midwest. I'm going to say something bad. Why is she so amped up? Because she's a black woman. Sorry.
The police are basically in the wrong. They still decided to hold these two, hold a man and a daughter for no reason at all, frighten them.
They set me out after curfew in a protest zone.
There. The girl tried to go back up in the truck to sit down. They're squatting It's cold. It's midnight, and they have no human decency. The ones that I was
Why
really
is your
talking
daughter
to,
out
who
after
wanted to look
midnight,
at me all
underage
pretty,
daughter,
really
lady,
covered up,
in the
nice
zone?
and cozy, in their little mask and gloves and all of that, they're nice and warm and toasty. But as soon as I say something like that, look how many of them motherfuckers left. Them motherfuckers left after I told them that I was a mother concerned about a child. And still, that white motherfucker still want to sit over here and look at me like I'm just...
Well, that's a little racist.
Nothing. But I am somebody, and I'm going to keep on talking until they leave. Because
imagine that reversed, everybody.
Assholes. They done looked in that car and
So
looked in
sounds
that truck
black.
and did
Yeah, a
whatever
little
they needed
bit.
to do, and they done found what
Little
they needed
bit.
to find. They found out that they were wrong, and they needed to leave them alone. They've allowed that man to go after 15 minutes of taking off his handcuffs.
checking
when
him
it only
out.
took you 5 minutes to put the motherfuckers on. I mean, 5
Lady,
seconds
you want
put
to
the
be
motherfuckers on
racist?
when I
Fine.
saw this
If
shit.
those are white
Then it took
people,
you
if a
15
white
minutes to
dad
take
was
the
caught
shit
in a
off.
protest zone with his
Then while
white
I'm sitting over
underage
here
daughter
telling
out
you,
in the protest zone
let
after
that girl and the
curfew,
rest of them
they
sit
wouldn't have
on
been
a
walking
public
away.
bench and get a blanket for them. You
Damn.
still don't want to do it.
It's
You
Mrs.
still wanna
Mexican
sit over there
Stay
and look at
Puffed.
somebody and act as
Wow.
though, oh, we're still right because we're doing an investigation. You can do an investigation, but you can still do it to where they're comfortable. Because guess what? White folks would be
Because, yes,
comfortable.
we have to make everybody comfy.
That white woman and her kids, while her husband is in handcuffs over here.
Magdi 500%.
Demanding that his wife and kids are comfortable
Oh,
outside
here we go.
of the car.
Here's a good idea.
And then while the car
We'll look and
is
see what's
clear,
going on over
they're
there
able to get back in that
while we
motherfucker.
keep her up and running.
And she's able to call her what? Lawyer. And then that's when the rest of them are going to start to disperse because they
Over
can't
200
talk
bodies
to the lawyer.
recovered. Whoop.
Because whatever they
That's from
say
the
in front of the
airplane
lawyer
crash
is
over
going to
there.
be held in court like a motherfucker.
Woof.
They don't know that shit. Even their own motherfucking paralegal. If that lawyer seen the paralegal and the motherfucker say something in front of them, their motherfuckers is gonna be up in court. Like, did you say this? Yeah, bitch. That's the reason why they all had to leave. Because they knew that I had said something that I think majority of them were probably parents. And if that shit got on because they supposed to have their little things on, if that gets on and somebody sees that you're a parent and you let a child freeze and like she said, you didn't even go, y'all left and you didn't even give them a blanket. You didn't even say, you know what?
Oh, we
are
didn't
doing
give
an
them
investigation, but
stuff.
we can't be nice. Sit your asses down.
Oh my God.
You can say that. Sit your asses down over here on this bench.
Yeah, Jimmy,
There's a bench
exactly,
right
dude.
there.
Let's find out.
They got blankets up in there. They got blankets and got fire emergency things up in their
63
things. They
degrees
have to have
Fahrenheit
that in
in
there
Los
for
Angeles.
emergencies.
That's not
for
cold.
their safety.
Oh my God,
Not just
need
for
a
us, for their
blankie.
safety. And they have those motherfuckers up in there. Did any of them get them for that girl? No. She's still out here freezing.
All right,
That's the reason why I'm pissed off.
Time to be a dick.
Yeah, he said
Call
that they
me
were over
Captain
there by
Pendejo.
protesting that.
You want to shut this lady
Don't
up?
mean shit.
No, that they-
Hold her head
they-
and her hand
they-
still.
They accused
Just grab her head.
them
She
of
can't do
handing
this.
fireworks
She
over
can't
to
talk.
somebody.
And that's what the fuck they get.
And then they
now
shot at their
My
now
God.
They see
They
that they
shot
don't
at
have
their truck.
nothing.
And they took off, and then they stopped at a store or something, and then when they got over here, they got pulled over.
Yeah.
So they
you
took
see
off
them
from
do
the
all
cops
that.
earlier. Dude, if you and I
But
took
then
off
you
from the
gonna stop
police,
them,
then we
like,
wouldn't be
right
walking
here, though.
away. We've all seen the
You
police
seen
videos
all
on
of that,
on
but you
YouTube
stopped
and
them right
online.
here.
You run from the police, they catch you
What
later.
did you actually see them
You
do?
don't get let
Not a
go.
motherfucking thing, because you literally let them go to a damn store.
That's what he said.
After handing off.
We either
some
in Chicago or
fireworks to
Compton
somebody.
facility or vicinity.
That's
Yeah.
some good stuff.
Thing is,
That's some
Hakuna
good stuff.
Matata, the ghetto accent sounds the same no matter where you are. Weird. Strange how that Ebonics is always the same.
All right,
My
Crazy
gosh.
Sonia, take care of yourself.
And your name is?
Hugo. I do a reporting, AXN News.
Alrighty then.
Reporting and reporting sometimes.
Well, Hugo.
Are you
Nice
from
to
San
meet you.
Pedro? You
I'm
live
originally
out?
from Jackson, Mississippi, but we moved out here some 30-some years ago in 1987.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you're just in the area and you ran into it.
right up there. Yeah.
Morse.
Right up there. Just trying to
He's
see.
still.
It
That's
was
one we're
close now. The
watching.
helicopters were
No way,
close
he's
now.
still alive. Is he?
And it was
Oh my
really
God.
crazy that they went
Sorry, somebody I watched. Fear the Beardo. He's actually still alive playing video games. Holy
like,
hell!
Crazy. It looked like they were just looking for somebody as well.
Is he really? Now I gotta look. I know it's off topic. Whoop.
They was looking for it. It looked
Mute.
like they was randomly just going
Mute.
around looking for somebody.
Well, it looks like they shot.
I want to see. Is he actually? Oh my God, he is. That is.
Yeah, but they were doing something.
That's dedication, man.
Other in the
Much less ghetto people in LA.
Do I think this family handed off fireworks?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. You know, say you're damn right. I'm not that far from Chicago. I'm anything under 4 hours is too close to Chicago. Trust me. But yeah, you're right.
They went to the store.
There are. Chicago is much worse.
They went to the store.
Just now I was outside for 10 minutes and only my t-shirt was fine in 59 degrees in Michigan.
Yeah, they stopped to
yeah,
go
I mean,
to the
it
store
is, for me, it is
still come all the way to 15th
here in
Street.
the Iowa-Illinois border.
Here and 15th
We're
Street.
pretty warm. We're 70
That's a
still.
lot of stores, so you allowed them to come
So,
from
yeah.
however far, wherever the
We're going to be a lot cooler tomorrow than we were today. Yay.
between
No storms out.
the protest and there.
Wear
and
shorts
then
and sandals
stopping
at
here.
30-degree Fahrenheit. Dude, you sound like my brother-in-law.
Like, really?
My brother-in-law
That
wears
makes no
shit like
sense.
that year-round.
And now you're sitting here arguing with him.
Yeah, he does.
You took him out of the handcuffs. You let him go. And
Damn,
do whatever
she's
he
still
do, and
going.
then Now you're still arguing with him. You're still arguing with him
Because
for
they already admitted he ran from the
some reason
cops
why.
once.
Why are you needing him to do your investigation when the investigation is up there?
Wow.
Investigation is up there. Because you would have found some type of.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah, it's a crime.
Baby girl.
You get to run.
Baby girl. Yeah, but you know
Put the
you
camera
can't
on,
ride
yeah.
through there, sir.
No, I know there's an investigation going on.
But you can't ride up on them while they're doing the investigation.
Oh my God! Now she's gonna.
You can't just ride
now
up
she's
on
gonna
them.
tell the guy how the police.
We're here for our community.
No, we are too, and we've been right here. We've been right here. We have not been up on them.
Oh
So
my
we're
God.
telling
Now
you
she's
don't
gonna
be
go
up them
off on
because
everybody.
They are known to come up on you. Someone already did it, and that's the reason why we're telling you.
My First Amendment right. I know my rights. So I can tell what the fuck. Don't listen to them. Yeah, you guys don't know your rights. You guys can say whatever you want.
Oh, I know my rights. I'm not saying that. I'm just simply saying that I'm not trying to give them I'm not trying to give them the right to start anything. I'm not trying to give them the right to start anything. So that's the reason why. So I don't want you over here aggravating them and then we get messed up because of it.
You should be like them.
I should be like them and do what? Record?
What's recording? Not the cops.
Really?
When you meet your man,
I already was
I
over
like
here
how
cussing
she
the
is
fuck out of
yelling
the
and
cops.
screaming louder than anybody. But she's like, hey, don't go up on them cops. Don't be a pain. Don't do this. Dude, lady, you are the problem.
You missed what was going on right now, bitch. So go your ass on
Whoa.
somewhere.
Bitch, we're right
I already know you called me a bitch. You already called me a bitch. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not dividing nothing, honey. Because you don't even know what's going on, honey. Do not ride up on them. They are already agitated. You stupid ass.
Yeah, they look agitated, don't they? Look at those cops. They're only agitated with her. My God.
I don't want you to go over there because he's over there. Like, for real, though. And these two people, this is what I'm talking about. These two people right here will aggravate.
This is what I'm talking about. Oh,
You want
my.
They will, these two will aggravate.
Are you cold? You want a shirt?
He's trying to call her down.
Someone said that ICE was up here too. I saw someone roll up on uniform.
Are you scared?
Making sure it got these guys covered.
Don't be scared. It's all right.
Wow. Sorry, I'm still taking loops around. Trying to see if there's anything new here. Matt Morris is still going away. Don't look like anything happening though.
They would take your money.
So far, I don't see any smoke. No smoke. Nothing going on there. Everything looks good. Nice morning by the looks of it there. Ooh, hello. Oh, there we go, guys. There we go. There we go. We got it. Intercepted, excuse me, intercepted the drones.
And those not intercepted early are expected to reach Israel within an hour or so.
So they intercepted a bunch, and the ones not intercepted may get there in an hour. There we go. There we go. A little bit of news at least. My lord. Israel Air Force jets down Iranian drones.
Nuclear scientists are killed in Israeli airstrikes.
So there we go, guys. Got a little bit of news.
Netanyahu says
Iranian drones being intercepted.
Development of atomic bombs are on Israel's
so yeah, it looks like at least some of the drones, and they said some that the ones that aren't intercepted will be there in about another hour or so. So yeah. Hakuna Matata, this wouldn't happen in the chai, yeah. Chi? Not sure how they pronounce it all the time, you know I'm close. That non-black dude on the bike would be beaten or too scared to start saying anything, yeah. I'll tell you this, for better or worse, there's a reason MS-13 and Tren de Aragua and these other groups haven't taken big footholds in Chicago. Because the Chicago gangs are nasty. The Chicago gangs don't play with knives. They got the Glock switches. For better or worse, damn, those gangs have kept the others out. Iran, Iraq, and Israel airspace out of use. That means for commercial travel. So they did shoot down some drones.
The lone survivor of an India plane crash.
Dude, that guy doesn't buy a lottery ticket. He's a moron. He's the only one that survived out of the whole huge airliner crash.
Were on the plane when they lost their lives.
Buy a lottery ticket now. You know what I just noticed, guys, that nobody's told me? I'm taking up a lot of the screens. I got my whole widescreen up there, but oh well.
DNA sampling drive underway to identify the victims of the Air India plane crash in Ahmedabad. Samples are being collected.
Southside different story. Yeah. Yeah, there are places you don't walk in Chicago, and if you do, you don't look the wrong direction at the wrong person, because, yeah, you ain't getting out of there in some areas. Glad we could help, Jimmy. You know what? But you know what the good news is? If you put an ice pick in your ear and swizzle it around, you won't be quite as damaged or upset by all the idiocy coming to us from the Democrats in this country. You might be going, well, this makes sense. That's what it takes. Put an ice pick in, swizzle it around, and then suddenly you'll be going, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to go protest. Orange men bad. That's what it is. So at least we know some news. Wonder if he knows that.
Top story we're tracking for our viewers is coming in from West Asia, where Israel says its fighter jets continue to attack nuclear facilities across Iran. Well, according to the Israeli military, 200 jets have been involved in raids on Iran, in which about 100 targets were struck. The IDF said that Iran launched about 100 drones towards Israel following a wave of Israeli airstrikes across the Islamic Republic, and that Israeli fighter jets have begun to shoot down the drones launched by Iran. A military official had said the drones are being intercepted before they enter Israeli territory. Well, this as Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei warned that Israel would suffer severe consequences after launching deadly attacks on Iran. Khamenei said that with this crime, the Zionist regime has set itself for a bitter and painful fate and will definitely receive it. Just earlier, state broadcasters reported that Iran's Chief of Staff has been killed in Israeli
won't allow their airspace to be compromised.
Iranian media also confirmed that Iran's Revolutionary Guards leader Hossein Salami has been killed in the strike.
Salami!
Apart from that, senior Revolutionary Guards commander Ghulam Ali
Everybody today go out and have a salami sandwich in his memory,
including Ferdown Abbasi Davani, Abdul Hamid Minusher,
Gollum, look at that, Gollum.
Ahmad Reza Zolfagri and Matola Blizadeh were killed in
Dude, that one guy's name was Gollum.
Well, after the overnight strike,
Gollum and
a fresh wave of explosions were heard in Iran's capital this morning. State TV said that Israeli airstrikes targeted 3 military sites in Iran's northwest. Fire and smoke at a key site for Iran's Revolutionary Guards.
Did you see his name? Gollum.
Explosions were heard
we have Gollum and Salami.
In Iran's central province. Well, according to state media, residential.
Let's see what other dude is saying over here.
Will be a major target for the Iranian retaliation, and in order for to prevent
Jordan, Iraq close airspace amid conflict. Yes, well, duh.
The Israeli airlines.
At the time, Trump said it was a very good phone call between the two. But
oh, here we go. Trump urged Netanyahu not to do it.
What is going to move forward? How will the United States move forward? One of the major sticking points in trying to find some way to work forward on this nuclear deal is the fact that Iran believes it has the right to enrich uranium. It believes that every nuclear nation has
I don't
the
know,
right to
Jimmy.
do that. That's
I don't know if anybody from the UK is still in tonight. GTR's from UK. How many of you guys in here from UK? I can't always keep track. Jimmy, that reminds me, does the UK still have knife drop boxes? Used to laugh thinking they would have to use sporks. Yeah.
In Iran, their venom is going to be not only aimed.
I had a friend that lived in Australia. He said, don't get caught even carrying a tiny pocket knife in your pocket in Australia. And even women can't have pepper spray. That is nutso.
Mike Huckabee in Israel, they're trying to figure out how they're going.
That's why they have a lot of those SA assaults over there, because the women can't defend themselves.
How Iran is digesting this information and what that nation is going to do, and how Israel now under a state of emergency. We saw people clamoring.
I know Iran does have a big military, but I think they got caught flat-footed, and I'm betting we're going to find out later Israel took out a lot more stuff. They hit, I bet they hit air bases and a bunch of stuff.
Saudi Arabia has condemned Israel's attack on Iran, saying it violates the country's sovereignty and international law. New Zealand Prime Minister Chris
New Zealand
said the strikes were a huge concern.
That's a good way to put it.
A really
huge concern.
Unwelcome development in the Middle East. You know, the risk of miscalculation is high. That region does not need any more military action and risk associated with that. What we want to see is the parties coming together and having a conversation. We're aware, obviously, of the US-Iran conversation.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Weekend. We see
good
that
movie.
As a pathway forward.
Good movie. Why is it so many of the best movies ever? Most memorable movies, best soundtracks, songs we still sing today are from the 80s and early 90s. Yep. Iran can't stop the F-35s. Them Russian S-300s and S-400s trash. Yeah, compared to the F-35s.
Does not record any increase.
What's the one plane America won't sell because it's so epic that we barely even use it because nobody wants to go up against it, but we won't sell it to anybody for any price. Can't remember the name of which one that is.
During the attack, the IAEA chief or any other staff from the IAEA has so far not commented this attack, as far as I know, but the UN in New York has condemned this attack, has called for
what was that one? There's one they won't sell to zero. Oh, there you go. The Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor. It's not even a brand new jet, but it's so badass that everybody in the world's afraid to go up against it, so we won't sell it to nobody. Even today, they're scared shitless to go up against this thing. But it costs insane money. Yep.
The latest escalation yesterday,
crazy,
which could have led to this attack today.
There you go. Look at you guys in the chat.
Iran and the
last F-22. That's not a Sheila, it's a bloke. Yeah, dude. Imagine a movie today where somebody did that. You gotta check. Reaches down. No, you gotta look. Grab for the, movies today. It's a wonder that movie's not on the FU list from the lefties. Because that is just, oh my God, that is so politically incorrect for today. UN chief expresses concern over Israeli attacks. Calls on both sides to show maximum restraint. I think a little late for that. Thank you, UN. Dicks. Sorry, I don't like the United Nations. I am unsure if America should even be involved in the United Nations. I'm unsure if they should be involved in NATO.
And the next step would have been, or is still, here in Vienna.
Now, let's see here. Oh, what the hell?
Sent. So you can fire them off of a flatbed truck here like this.
Yep.
Each of these drones costs around $20,000, and they've fired 100 of these. Okay. So that's the deal.
There you go.
100 of these right now are inbound.
No, wait, what?
20 minutes ago that some of these are now getting shot down.
Jimmy.
By the Israeli Air Force.
Please tell me you're joking. Oh shit! I think I did hear a blurb about a Goonies too. Please tell me I was just
must
really
be
tired.
In this region. We also heard that Jordan has opened up their airspace.
Of course, I also heard they're remaking Big Trouble in Little China.
Blowing down these drones.
You guys have seen me. I wear my Big Trouble in Little China shirt. I love that movie.
Air Force,
it's all in the reflexes, Wang.
Dome. And
yes, I know. A lot of people tell me. For anybody says anything, a lot of people tell me I should be doing my channel's politics and pop culture. I do more pop culture talk. Yeah, I can do that. You guys can see my background, and that's only part of what I got.
This is how it works.
I have a 3-foot-long Batman tumbler right behind the screen. So I got gunk down here.
The Iron Dome air defense system became operational.
There's no concern. If Iran don't have nukes, no nukes, no problem. In conventional war, USA. Oh yeah.
20 Tamir missiles and a battlefield radar. These batteries can each defend.
We are insanely strong militarily.
So, how does it work?
Now, this is
and you look at our nuclear
Iran
subs.
Has tried to do in the past.
Our nuclear subs are bar none, and we have more than anybody. Okay, here we go. Little rabbit hole for you guys.
Overload the Iron Dome, and then as the Iron Dome is firing down all of these kind of cheaper drones, Iran will also fire ballistic missiles. And so they will preoccupy the Iron Dome with these cheaper throwaway disposable drones, whatever, and then they'll send in ballistic missiles as well to really do
U.S. Here we go. Just a little rabbit hole for you guys.
Pretty soon, I don't know. We got to see, but potentially.
All right, little rabbit hole. How many nuclear subs does America have compared to the rest of the world? U.S. has the largest fleet of nuclear-powered submarines in the world, 66. Russia only has roughly 30. China has 12. These three nations account for the vast majority. Oh my lord. We still do have diesel subs, by the way, and we have some electrics. So that's crazy. That is nuts. Wow. So I want to know what the rest of the world. So that's it. Those three countries have most all of them. Holy shit. You keep checking to see if it's out yet? I didn't know Goonies 2 was even coming out. I know we're leaving. I know we're wandering, guys. I'm sorry. There isn't a lot going on. I know you guys at Rumble. Thank you very much. And I will say one more time for anybody that hasn't, please give me at least a thumbs up, guys. I'm not asking for anything else. Just a thumbs up and say, now maybe say howdy. Okay, now you got me looking. Gosh darn it. Because when I think I got out, they dragged me right back in. Oh my God. It wasn't a really tired fever dream. Okay, I did see this. Now, you ever see something your brain gets jogged? Somebody on, was it Geeks and Gamers or somebody was talking about this? Or was it Critical Drinker or somebody was talking about this? Come on, no. Corey Feldman, looking a little rough. Martha Plimpton. Goonies 2 in the works. The original writer returning. The new Goonies movie is reportedly in the works at Warner Brothers. Current deadline, the studio's looking to shift strategy to proven franchises. So, translation, they're out of ideas and they're chicken shits. And so, have to put a sequel to late Richard Donner's. Oh gosh, Richard Donner is gone, so how good can they do this? Oh my lord. When is the Goonies 2 coming out? Original cast. While no official cast announcement has been made, several members have expressed interest in returning. There is no official release date, but said probably in 2026. Dang it. All right, one last check here, then we'll look around and we'll be out of here.
A massive impact on Iran's ability to command and control and come up with its response. And, obviously we're waiting to see the retaliation. Everybody expects Iran to fight back. How effective...
Yeah, there we go. See, I told you. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson
Iran's air defenses and other military capabilities
is going to be the lead.
On a number of occasions already. by how much that will...
Come on. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, somebody kill me, is going to be Jack Burton? Are you kidding me?
Israeli state media says
set to star and produce it. Initially, the project was envisioned as a remake, but later it became a sequel that continues the story within the established universe of the original film. So now it's not going to be a remake. This means the events of the original film are considered canon and the new film will expand. I cannot see them doing a Big Trouble in Little China sequel that's anywhere near as good as the original. Nobody these days seems to have the chops to do quirky, to do without, oh my God, modern audiences. So, oh boy, that'll be fun. All right, let's see what happened here. I have my volume too low, my sound kicked off.
To see reinforcements of some kind being sent by the UK to Cyprus to help bolster defences there. Clearly, it's also in range of Iranian missiles should Iran be looking to strike.
Isn't that the one I was already watching, the channel I was watching?
Allies in the area.
A lot to watch.
Yeah, it's Sky News. I was watching Sky earlier. I know I had Sky somewhere. Did we get her off Sky? Is that what happened? Yep, must have got off Sky. But I know we had it up earlier. All right, guys. I think we're going to be out of here. I don't want to stay up long enough for the other drones to see if they shoot them down, but it looks like they are. Thank you guys for ruining my night with the Goonies 2, and then I had to go back into my Big Trouble in China. I am a little happier that at least they're not going to remake it. But, yeah, the ICE protests are pretty off for the night by the looks of it. Let's see, is he even up? Oh, there is some yelling. We'll check AXN one more time.
If you will notice, there's an officer here who does not have a badge number displayed at all.
They're fun. Let's see. He's on view. Not much else going on by the looks of it. Jeff Mack, 19. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we get our ad. Gotta have our Taco Bell. This is one of these ads. They actually nailed me for copyright for 2 seconds of a little, How to Train Your Dragon ad. Which is stupid. You think you want your stuff out, your ad out as much as possible. Why would you try to even put a copyright at all on somebody doing your ad? Seems counterintuitive. That's why the video game industry is slaughtering it's a saying, YouTube, the music and movie and TV industries.
Guy Dub, you remember BC Preacher?
Yeah, there ain't much going on. Is he even up? Nope. Just somebody sitting there with something up against him. Woke. That stuff. Let's see. We had AXN. There he is.
With them. It's a family.
Yep.
And I believe, allegedly, that the
I dream Genie, sorry.
doesn't have a license, so they're gonna look like they wrote her a citation. They're gonna tow the truck.
It's in my head because a piece of trivia come up the other day on I Dream of Genie.
They're gonna tow
about
the truck,
two different
and the guy
Darrens.
was asking if he could at least
and now
get
it's
his
in my
tools,
head.
because that's how he makes his money, so he can go to work in the morning.
Well, he didn't want to make enough money to maybe pay for his license and his truck and stuff.
They didn't allow him, and then all these other people here giving the cops a piece of their mind too. We got some auditors here. We got Crazy Sonia, and we got 2 Marines.
Don't go around breaking the laws and asking for favors. Just saying. Yeah, I Dream of Genie.
They're arguing, but they seem to be on the same side.
Walk right up to the truck. This is how boring it is tonight. He's covering a family getting in trouble for running from the cops, not having a driver's license or whatever it is. That's how boring this is tonight. This is not up to the standards we expect. Starship has got nothing. He's still probably playing. So yeah, I don't see much going on, guys. So I don't see anything really new. And I think we're going to hop out, and I'm going to try to save myself a little bit for tomorrow night. I think tomorrow night's where the frisky's going to be. But I just think tomorrow and Saturday are going to be stupid. I think this is the break.
There'll be a lot more
Calling
people
for
on
the
Saturday.
storm.
I'll be streaming on Saturday. By the way, if anybody wants to follow those streams or this type of content, make sure you guys follow me here. I'll show you guys the Facebook that I'll also be streaming on too. Hold on.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are getting ready to hip off. So I think we are going to puff it up. Go over here. Boing. I think we're going to call it there, guys. I don't see much else going on. Thank you guys for hanging out this long. Sorry about the I Dream of Genie shot there. That's my bad. I don't know. That got stuck. Could have been humming the Brave Star theme. So I'm going to hop out and I'm going to go do some stuff for my lungs and check my dogs. I do appreciate you guys spending time. Please smack that thumbs up. If you like anything I do, please feel free to subscribe and share the channel out with anybody else. And look for me. I will try to post a notification tomorrow if I'm going to go live and or when. I got a feeling I will be because we still got the Iran-Israel thing. Tomorrow's going to be a Friday. So the cockroach is probably going to come out. I don't know. They might save it up till Saturday. Saturday may be when it hits the fan. So if I come on, maybe we'll do a little bit talk about other stuff tomorrow, then save the protest talk unless things light off for Saturday. But thank you very much, and I do see you guys over on Rumble. I am checking the chat over there, by the way. I am. I see you guys over there. And I did leave a link for the YouTube chat if you ever want to just join over there. I understand. All right. Thank you, Jimmy. Like I said, if I'm going to come live, I'm trying to put a post like I did tonight. I put a post up in advance. Other than that, thank you very much. And yes, I am horrible about leaving. I stretch it and carry it out. And we are going to get out of here. And let's see how this whole Iran-Israel kerfuffle goes. I'm going to stick with kerfuffle. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Have a good one. And let's see what happens. I mean, God, the news cycle just never seems to let off anymore. We live in the simulation. See ya. Have a good one. And thank